Fingers stained with blood, been grasping all day, losing my touch with reality. Driving all day, searching all night, can't seem to focus this double sight. This is a tale sworn in a sight.
Specific frequency.
be perfect together.
Hello, is it back down? Oh, hi. Sorry about that. How you boys all doing? Welcome back to another stream. Hope everybody's having a wonderful, beautiful day, boys. How's everybody doing tonight? We got more 5v5 1v1 duels today. Gotta fix the webcam. Gotta fix the audio. Speaking about fixing the audio, did I do that one thing with the audio? I guess I'll find out now, right, dude? I'm sorry, boys. I'm a little behind today. I'm so sorry. We'll get the duels up and running as soon as humanly possible, as soon as I made sure that all the technical issues are okay. That's out of the way. Awesome. Now we're back. We're actually officially back. How you boys all doing? Welcome. Yo, we got a lot of updates this evening. Not only do we have the 5v5 1v1 duels returning in 925, hopefully with cross-faction functioning properly. They disabled it for rated PvP, but maybe for our duels, we could still maybe play it out. How y'all doing though? Welcome back. Hey from Jared, what's up, Black ID, my man Big? We got some dudes up, Marcel. We got Taxi ready to go with the 5. And Zyla, how you doing, fam? We got LB Coxie, Cooksy. Okay, okay. Well, I got that name wrong. How y'all doing though, boys? Yo, again, profusely apologize for being late. Also, I got thunderstorms in the area, so if the stream randomly cuts out, power outage. So just be aware, boys. So just be aware. I got the pin. Thanks, Kren. I appreciate it. And this video is still taking a while to terminate. You know what? We're not even gonna wait. We're just gonna get in there. EU boys! It's time for some 5v5 1v1 duels, boys. It's time to throw everything down into the arena. I want to see how some of these class changes are going to be, man, because we got some updates this week. We got some updates with 925, man. Also, how many groups do we have that are cross-faction, by the way? Is the cross-faction working, or is everybody like Alliance only, Horde only right now? I guess we'll find out, yeah? We'll just find out in a second. But everybody's having a wonderful, beautiful day. They released a brand new talents, boys. Brand new talents for druids and death knights over on the World of Warcraft website, and it looks like they're trying to like integrate them over on like Wowhead and Drustvar, like all the regular websites that look for class changes. Are trying to find ways to integrate these talents into the websites, and like Drustvar guy is building up right now for better visuals. It's looking really interesting, dude. Mark of the Wild for druids, I've seen only so far. Don't give me too many spoilers, boys. But here's a quick spoiler. Mark of the Wild returns for all druid specs. Mark of the Wild or Heart of the Wild is back. I guess no, Mark of the Wild. Heart of the Wild is like the hybrid talent. Mark of the Wild returns. It gives you speed, crit, and 3% magic damage reduction. So if they're giving druids a raid buff, maybe rogues can get smoke bomb back. We only see death knights and druids for now. Yeah, boys, if y'all got a group over for the team EU, hit me up in the real ID. Down, my man. How you doing, my guy? If you ever go to a corner, how you doing, fam? Hope you're having a good one. Tags, this group is ready to go. Do we have a second group over on the EU, boys? I learned so much from these duels. You really do, man. You really do. Looks like Sajiro is making a group. If y'all want to join him over for the Team Horde or Russian, not Russian, or Alliance. I don't know why I do that all the time, dude. Every time I try to say like NA or EU or Alliance or Horde, I mix them up, and they're mixed up Horde or Russian. What is wrong with me? I mixed them up so badly. Yo, if you are Horde or Alliance, I don't know if it looks like he has this group for Horde only right now, but if y'all are Hordes and want to join him in, type 5 in the search, you should be able to see him, unless I'm not seeing him, and then maybe his group is somewhere else, unless he's Alliance. Is it 5v5 1VX? Wait, is it the type of Dalaran? Wait, well, I'm not seeing it. Where'd you list it? Is it listed on arenas by a chance? 5. Wait. No, custom PvP. Or maybe Battleground? Might have listed in BGs. Hold on. He listed it somewhere, but I can't see it. Is it my filter? He listed in Battlegrounds. Chat, he listed his in Battlegrounds, not in custom. Normally we list him in custom, but check out BG's. Check out Battleground Q. That's why I couldn't find it before. Check out Battleground Q for Sajiro, but normally it'll be in custom PvP. I think he's swapping around actually. There's only one, there's no option to go cross-faction premium groups. It's possible in arenas and RPG section. Only possible in arenas and RPG section. Oh, really? Okay. Yeah, if you guys want to set it up for like RBGs, I guess. Really? So wait, in custom PvP, you can make a cross-faction? I collect Horde and Alliance. So it looks like Fanny got a group right now for LFG. Shadowlands raids 5v5 1v1. Wait, in the raid section? Shadowlands raids? Oh, okay, boys. So we're gonna have to figure something out with these groups with 5v5 1v1 duels. We can't list them in custom anymore. We have to list them somewhere else. They have to be custom. Okay, we might just have to make a community and have everybody join in the 5v5 1v1 duel community. That might be easier to get a team together. Honestly, it might not be a bad idea. I think over the next week, I'll list a community for EU and NA 5v5 1v1 duels. And you guys can join in if you want to join these duels. It might make it easier. But yeah, we'll have to figure something out. We'll have to post them either in LFG, like raiding, or RBGs, or arenas. We might have to do one of those things. Might have to list them in arenas. I really don't know. Like, I'm hoping nobody gets in trouble by putting them in arenas or anything like that. I am surprised you can't do a custom group for PvP and put like cross-faction enabled. Really? Limit to Horde? That's so weird. Yeah, so you have to do it in Battlegrounds then. In like rated Battlegrounds. That's so weird. Just bots? Yo, Fanny got 2 more boys. If y'all want to join in, more than welcome to. In the, I guess, rated Shadowlands. You guys are more than welcome to find them in the Shadowlands section. So find them in the rating section for Fanny. For Sajiro, I think he's back at RBGs, right? I think he's in RBGs. Or custom. I actually don't even know where. Normally we put it in custom because it's custom. But we're gonna have to figure something out. I'm not really sure what we'll have to figure out. I have to figure something out though. Fanny, it looks like they're ready. Taxi and Fanny are ready to go, boys. This is your trying to set one together. You guys are more than welcome to join them. SP fan doesn't chunk every fan doesn't chunk of damage? For what class? Let's see why I give it Death Knight's A-Bomb Limb. Dude, A-Bomb Limb is so... It's a necessity right now in the current Anduin progression. It's a influentially game-changing ability. It's really, really good. I can see why they gave him A-Bomb Limb. Although you're spoiling it for me. I didn't really know they got A-Bomb Limb until you said it. It makes all the sense in the world. I think we were expecting it. But it's a bit of a spoiler there, Marcel. Yo, boys, if you guys look at the talents... Please, if you want to keep them like spoilery, keep them on Discord. I want to look at them myself, if possible. We'll see if this works out, boys. We're going to try Q and Fenny versus Tagsy. See how that works out. Tell Fenny to delist in LFG. Delist in LFG, friend. And we are good to go. Okay, Fenny, Tagsy, leave your queues real quick. Whatever queues you're in, we have an error. Yeah, leave LFG, leave all queues. And we should be good to go. And we should be good to go. DKs get Death Strike? Ha. I mean, that's good, right? Oh, whoa. Big spoiler there, Vic. Wow, man. Spoiled. Exactly. I'll leave. Okay. MQ. Let's see if this baby works, man. Let's see if this baby flies. Are we good? We're cute. Is it gonna do anything? Are we good? Are we still in queue for stuff? I'm gonna say the quick joins. Perhaps due to the fact that interfactional PvP does not work, we cannot. I have no idea. Fenny, I have no clue. Bugged? Okay. Fenny, Tagsy, leave all queues. I'll give you guys like a minute just to make sure we'll clear of queues, and we'll try it again. Maybe it was bugged. Maybe it was a bug from before. Maybe it was bugged from when we queued, when Fenny had LG up. So we'll give it a second. We'll try it a couple of times. Hopefully it'll get us in with the cross faction. Yeah, all clear. Okay. We're gonna try it a couple of times. I'm just gonna spam queue you guys. Maybe it'll work. We're hoping it works. We're trying now the cross-faction PvP for the first time tonight. Blizzard might have disabled it for all PvP content, so might not be able to get in at all. Okay, I'm gonna keep spam queuing us. Maybe it's still bugged, and maybe we still gotta get it cleared somehow. I don't know. Last time, usually when I keep spam queuing you, sometimes it just works. So we'll try it. Okay, it says somebody in the queue group is queued for that. What happens if I leave? Hold on. Our group is alley. Yeah. So I think Fetty got a bit of a cross faction in there though. All alley. Blizzard, tell me you didn't F this up. Hopefully not. Miss River, so should we pick it, but still, yeah, man, unfortunate for it. Scotty, not working. Yeah, it doesn't look like it's working if it's cross faction on one of the groups. So might have to keep it separated this week, boys, with Alliance and Horn until Blizzard actually fixes it. That may be a little unfortunate. I'm gonna try queuing again. I'm just gonna try a couple of times. Hold on, let me just try it a couple of times. Maybe it'll work at some point. You never know. Because normally it says somebody's already in group is already queued for that, and it usually takes us out of the queue, but this time it doesn't. The eyeball is still there, and when I do the no longer queued, then we're gonna, man, PvP other Dalaran 5V5 1v1. Yeah, we might have to keep it a non-cross faction for the day, because we might literally not be able to. Yeah, it doesn't seem to be working. Fanny, Scotty, we might have to keep it to the Horde and Alliance, man. We might have to keep it in the good old custom. Alrighty, boys. We need some Alliance. We need some Hordes. Join in, Scotty. Join in, Fanny. We need a second group to verse against Tagsy. Tagsy got himself a full Alliance 5V5 1v1 duel group ready to go for them 5v5 duels. We need a second group for these boys to verse up against. Get a Mr. Picky? Yeah, Mick. Yeah, for real. Yeah, hopefully we'll have. Maybe they're like, you know what? Maybe they're like, you know what? I need score. Maybe I'll try it. Maybe this guy will somehow miraculously say yeah. But yeah, maybe nobody's reading the queue. I haven't had coffee today, boys, so that was a nice cup. My God, that's sweet. Oh, we got ourselves a group, boys. Scotty got ourselves a Horde group. If y'all want to join my boys, so Zero, you're more than welcome to. And Fanny got 2 more spots over on the team Alliance. You guys are more than welcome to join either team. Ready to go for 5v5 1v1 duels. Imagine being an orc, joining a dwarves guild, and joining meat parties. That'd be kind of fun. That'd be kind of cool. Cross faction guilds would be so perfect. I think like we just need to like let the whole cross faction thing play out for a while, and then we'll just see Blizzard. They'll just be able to see the cross faction guilds, especially when it comes to like raiding, right? Give it a couple of weeks until people are like more comfortable swapping to another faction and then playing around with friends. Yo, Mike, Michael, how you doing, my man? Hope you're having a good one, my guy. How you doing, my dude? How you doing, my man? Hope you're having a good one. What's up, my man? We're trying to see if we can get cross-faction PvP going. It looks like cross-faction this week is not available. But we got Sojiro with a Horde group opened up. Y'all more welcome to join if you want to. We got Fanny, 2 spots over for the Team Alliance. My dude, I'm having a blast. That's awesome, man. Happy to hear that. Dude, I was really hoping cross-faction would work because Fanny was able to get a group together immediately with that cross-faction. But it looks like it doesn't let us queue. Blizzard, you better fix the cross-faction thing as soon as possible, man. You better fix it as soon as possible, because that'd be so much easier to get a group together that way. Because Fetty was basically ready. That's super unfortunate, man. Super unfortunate. Hopefully we'll see someone about that sometime soon, because apparently there was some big time bugs with it. I guess they never really got to test out the PvP side of things with cross faction, did they? They never really got tested on PTR. It said something like, it'll take us more than a few hours to deploy a build or a test and try to fix it. Hopefully by this Tuesday reset, man, will be a functionality. The thing is, it wasn't bugged for 2s at all, but it was temporarily removed there. Was it removed for like 3s? That's unfortunate, man. Maybe it's like past 2 people, it gets like really buggy. Well, cross faction does work for like PvE cons, so like we were able to get a key done, Mythic Plus. with cross faction. I believe people are raiding right now cross faction, but PvP is the only one where it doesn't really work. Yeah, let's hopefully fix it by next week. One spot. We need one more Team Alliance, boys. RBG. Does it work in RBGs, Taxi? Yeah, for duels, yeah, hopefully it works for duels too. Does it work for RBGs tags? I guess it's disabled for RBGs too, but it wasn't working for RBGs before. Because I imagine for RBGs it would be so much easier. Couldn't pick up flags, really? Yeah. Honestly. Own team classified as hostile? That's so weird. Sup, down, what's up, Jaredus? Howdy, my man. Hope you're having a good one. That's so weird. Yeah, but they needed to have like some kind of a PvP test. They needed to have like PvP vendors and just let people queue up for PvP immediately. I don't care if it's with bots or something. They should have had some kind of like a big like call for like, hey, yo, everybody queue up for cross-faction PvP stuff. Let's get ourselves like a team of RBG boys to queue up against devs in RBGs so we can test this out. Let's get a 2s and 3s going. Let's get I don't know, I guess 2s and 3s and stuff, right? 2s, 3s, RBGs to make sure that the rated content works. They need to do something like that in the future. They really need to do something like that in the future. Okay, pin message, replace Quen. I gotcha. Couldn't resonate with team with your points? That's so weird, man. Yeah. That's so weird. In mid-team class, yeah, it's hopefully they'll get it again fixed by next week, because I was really excited about being able to put 5v5 1v1 groups together. Because again, Sajira is looking for them Hordy boys. You guys are both looking to join Sajira, by the way, if you're on Horde, looking for more. And Fenny looking for one more in Alliance. This one person, Sajira could have easily filled that spot if cross-faction thing was allowed, if cross-faction thing was enabled. But since it's not allowed for PvP, man, it's super unfortunate. Torghast done, or is this still a thing? Torghast is still a thing technically, but you don't necessarily need to go in there if you don't want to. Technically, I guess you can avoid Torghast unless you need legendaries from there, right? Or achievements if you want that. But I guess you can get enough Cosmic Flux, which I don't have any on this character, but if you do like Zero Morty stuff and endgame content, you get Cosmic Flux. You can turn that Cosmic Flux into bags that give you enough Soul Ash and Cinders to make a max level legendary. So I guess you could just farm a bunch of Flux, convert Flux into Ash and Cinders, and never have a reason, again, to step a foot inside a Torghast if you really wanted to. I guess. Unless I got that wrong. I'm pretty sure that's how, that you can literally just like cheese it like that. I got 1.8, 100% dampening, so it's not fun though. Damn, dude. Yeah, as a monk, I imagine in particular it's not super fun. Just because they're still a little bit like struggling in PvP. Boys, we still need one more spot over for the Team Alliance with Fanny. It will be good to go. If y'all want to join in Alliance, or if you know somebody in your real ID, in your guild, in your friends list that wants to join in for some 5v5 duels over on Team Alliance, you guys are more than welcome to send that invite. Or if you're on Horde and you want to join a Horde group, Sajiro still has one set up over on the Horde LFG. Yo, Sajiro, where's my Boarchy, man? Where's Kragar? Where's the regular duelers? Well, we get these duels up and running, boys, as soon as we got 2 5v5 1v1 groups ready to go. I'm already 7-1 for you, by the way, man. Dude, have you seen? So these class talents for Dragonflight, I'm gonna be scouring right through them later this evening after the duel stream. After I get some duels done, after I get these out of the way, and then after I get a little bit of food, Kraken Arena, I can try to call on him. Hey, if he wants to switch it up a bit, not do arenas and get some 5v5 done, I'm sure he can get a whole Horde group together. Scotty, yeah, just hit him up, be like, yo, you want to join? Are you flame after arena? Okay. After arena, awesome. Hell yeah. How do you feel about Red Dispatch? I returned to the game. I would like to hear your thoughts. So Red Division Paladin doesn't really stand out as like some Giga Chad DPS. It's not like super high-end meta DPS, but it's also not a terrible DPS class. It doesn't see a lot of them because it's like there's always been a Ricky Bobby mentality when it comes to meta, right? Oh, destruction, everyone plays destruction, it's really meta, you're gonna see them everywhere. Everyone plays survival, they're meta, you're gonna see them everywhere kind of deal. Retribution Paladins are not a bad class. The tier set is not terrible. Retribution Paladin can definitely hold its own, and it can have compositions that'll make it shine within PvP and PvE. And Retribution Paladin can do perfectly okay. It doesn't do enough to be like a total standout. You know what I mean? So if you can return and start playing Retribution Paladin, once you get your 4-piece tier set, it's actually quite big. And like Retribution Paladin can do quite okay. That was an A rather than Oshi. I would be at 121 this year. That's just sad, man. Oh no. Yeah, I feel you. Yeah, big. There definitely is a little bit of that Oshi bias sometimes. I feel like it's just a lot of the boys on NA don't really want to play on an Oshi because of the latency. You know what I mean? The latency is just too big. Like Blizzard, hopefully they'll figure out a better solution for that latency, because I feel like opening up more groups for Oshi boys and open up more groups for the NA boys wouldn't be a bad idea at all. But they would need to do some kind of another creative solution when it comes to latency. I don't know, like if maybe like, because it feels like you either get phased into an Oshi server and you get like 200 latency, or the Oshi gets phased into NA latency servers and you get like 200 latency, and it's just not a fun experience for either one. You're gonna find like a middle ground between the two, right? Then it'll be playable, I think. Thank you for my current position. Yeah, I'm in. Always here for you, my guy. Yo, if any got 1 or 2 spots ready to go, looks like 1 or 2. Maybe somebody bailed. Dude, everyone says Outlaw is bad at PvE and PvP. What's your opinion? Start level 1. I don't know who says Outlaw is bad at PvP. I feel like that's just wrong. PvE, we have been kind of a little scuffed, but as of recently, Outlaw have been improving, man. The popularity and performance has been improving little by little. At least when it comes to Mythic Pluses and in rating. It's actually kind of an A-tier spec right now, to some degree. It's pushing 29s. Outlaw is actually pushing up some keys. I mean, Subcreation is not a great website for everything, but Outlaw went from like an F tier to an A tier. And now the rogues are able to push 28s, 29s, 27s comfortably as 3 different covenants. The buffs that came out for PvE have been enough to springboard the spec to a bit more of a better position. Yo, if y'all own Fenny's team, anybody ever on Fenny's team, if y'all know a friends or real ID family members, anybody bro, we just did a +1 or maybe 2 on Fenny's team, and we'll get to go for the 5V5 1v1 DUELS, boys! How's Scotty doing? Scotty still has a group out on the Horde. If y'all want to find the groups, make sure you have all your filters enabled, so you can find all the different PvE, PvP groups. You're in PvP, right? He is, yeah. So find them in war mode, boys. Find them in the custom PvP section. Outlaw insane the moment every rogue spec is. Yeah, none of the rogues are really bad. Outlaw is the most broken spec in 2s and 3s right now. Yeah, I don't know who said that Outlaw is bad in PvP. Like, maybe they're just so used to Outlaw being bad, or maybe they don't like Outlaw, so they just say everybody is bad. Could be one of those things. Quite a lot of people dislike Outlaw, and I asked them why, and it's either an answer of like, I like combat better, or I don't like roll the bones. So maybe they just really dislike Outlaw. It's like those people that are like, man, I have a guild that keeps telling everybody that survival is really bad. And I asked them why, and they said because the original Survival Hunter, like the Rage version Survival Hunter, was better. And it's like, well, my guy, like that's totally a viable option to say. Like, I don't know, I just don't. I guess maybe it's like the YouTuber in me comes out, and I'm just like, I give my group to Atha. Are you swapping over, if any? Are you bowing out? Or does Atha have somebody? Does Atha got a friend? I guess Atha's taking over. By the way, Atha returns to Duels Ben. I like to see that. Happy to see that. But yeah, I don't know. It's like the YouTuber in me is like, man, it just in the back of my mind, I'm like, I feel like you shouldn't just say that. Like, at least be fair. You know, you can be like, I'm not a big fan of it because I like the range, but the spec is arguably one of the better melee for PvE right now. I'm on Horde. Fenny swapping over to Horde. Interesting. I guess try to see if they could help fill out Scotty's group. Ask how many we got, my guy. How many got with my man? 3? Because they're still trying to put some groups together, boys, on EU. Try some 5v5 sometime. Maybe some heroes could play too. Like 5v5 all at the same time. 5v5s. I guess it'd be fun for like a lid. It's just it'll be fun, but it'll be like a hodgepodge. I'm a big fan of the 5v5 1v1 DUELS Ultra. 2 spots open. I think I got 2 spots on our Alliance group, boys, if y'all want to join in. I think I got 2 spots if y'all want to join in, boys. Any idea what's happening to Lego's tier sets in DF? 2 free slots on Horde. Wait, Scotty? Got 2 spots on Horde. Wait a second. Yo, Fanny joining the Horde. So now we have 2 spots on the Horde, 2 spots on the Team Alliance. Y'all gotta be kidding me, boys. Y'all gotta be kidding me. Oh my god. Yo, either one of those groups can fill. We got a Horde group, boys, and Alliance group on EU. Check them out on LFG. Make sure you got those filters enabled. So Legos, some of the Lego effects, like from Legion or Shadowlands, may return as a talent on some of the classes talent trees culture, but we're not getting legendaries again in the expansion. Nope, no Legos. Tier sets are staying. The current tier sets in 9 to 5, we're not gonna get the same tier sets. We're gonna get different tier sets that have to do with the new talent changes in Dragonflight. So that's what we'll be getting. In terms of solo capping my rogue versus a guardian in RBG, I guess you would just try to hit him with a sap and try to cap. You kind of have to. So Guardian will probably be in stealth. I guess the only thing you can really do maybe in the opener is open up with a smoke bomb and start capping towards the Guardian next to him. And then you kind of want to find the Guardian, you want to bait the Guardian away from the flag. You can either kidney shot him in the cap or blind and cap. If they trick it either one, like that'll be a setup for you. If they press Incarnation, they're immune to CC. This way you just vanish and reset. That's all you can really do. It's very, very difficult to cap against a Guardian. If they're on top of the flag, you're basically not capping it, because they'll press Bark Skin even while sap, and it'll just break your cap. So you got to bait them away from the flag. You can also try nuking them. Like if they're using all the defenses like Bark Skin and Incarnation offensively to get you off the flag, that means they're not really good defensives. I would bring in a Boomy with you. As a rogue, if you have a Boomy with you and you catch a druid out of stealth and you can hit him with full convoke, full burst, everything, you could truck him. It's a tank that take more damage in PvP. And if you change your CC so he doesn't get a wall off, it could be pretty big. You could probably do it. Yo, what's up, shout out to my man? Hope you're having a good one. Hello, chat. Down my king. How you doing, my guy? Hope you're having a good one. Yo, boys, we got 2 groups over. 1 on Alliance, 1 on the Horde, over for EU. 5v5 1v1 DUELS. You guys are all looking to join in. Since you're got a group in LFG, make sure you got all the filters on so you can find them. After got an Alliance group, 2 spots open. Thank you for the advice. That's about the best I got, man. I like the tier sets. Glad to hear they're keeping them. Yeah, they're keeping the tier sets, like the bonuses, like different bonuses, but like they're keeping the idea like a 2-piece and a 4-piece set bonuses. So those are staying, but also the appearances. They got a release of like art culture on the first tier 1. Like, you know, remember how for patch 9.2 they had like art of like a long strip of like the silhouettes of the tier sets for each class. So they released one for Dragonflight, and they look amazing. A lot of them are actually just about all of them are amazing looking. Paladins are in love with theirs. I feel like the only one that I looked at is maybe Warrior that was like, I'm not sure how I like it, because it just doesn't really stand out as much as everybody, but it could be really cool in game. Could be really, really good in game. And also made a high mounted turret now because of cross faction. And I think it ended up looking cool. They're actually pretty awesome, Sandra. I like the knockdown effect. It's really useful because it's not a stun, so it doesn't DR with anything. So it can be used to interrupt in PvE or knock somebody down in PvP. Would you try a private server Firestorm? Not really. Ready? Go, go, go. Let's go, boys. Let's go, Tagsy, Scotty. We got ourselves in here, boys. Let's get you in here. Yo, Tagsy and Scotty. Let's go, boys. We got ourselves the 5v5 1v1 group. The dream team is ready to go, man. Hopefully next week, or maybe even tomorrow, Blizzard will have cross-faction PvP fixed. But for now, we're trying to play up to the Alliance and the Horde standards. And hopefully in the future, we'll see a little bit more cross-functionality. And boys, yo, let's go. I'm excited. We got a first duel of the night. Hope you guys enjoyed this one. We got the tunes. Yo, we're gonna spam queue and do as many of these as you guys want to. I'll keep doing as many duels as long as you guys are interested, as long as you guys are excited, as long as their groups ready to play, man. I want to get as many of these done as I can. Bring your best A game into these duels. I want to see some fun, man. Switch. We got ourselves team 1 together with Bad Mana. I actually like Bad Mana as a fire mage. Oh my goodness. I kind of like that Mog. I think it looks pretty good. We got ourselves Fake Taxi in the back. Let's see, he's going to be going last. We got ourselves Mavni as a feral druid. We got Thew looking to go through. these boys. Is that like a transmog or is that like an actual set? I'm not even sure. We got ourselves Toxic. Going to be up first as Assassination Rogue. We got ourselves Team 1, Team 2. We got Ava Maria on the Hordy Paladin. We got Anto Bodon going to be first up as a Death Knight. We got Deddy over in the back. We got Krom. We got Sajira on that team as well. It looks like Anton getting sapped up with a quick CC. Toxic opening up with a Garrod, getting some bleeds up, but look at you disengage pretty early versus Anton. Anton rolling in with him Chain of Ice sprint to break Toxic out of the slows. The Chain of Ice will reapplied all over again. But he's trying to use this sprint in order to at least just waddle away from Anton. Anton getting the Army of the Dead joined in as animations off for Rogue. This way Anton does not want to touch this Rogue. Shadow Step by Toxic. Get a shot into Anton with a Vendetta. Steps' burst is going to be immediate AMS. That's going to be Toxic Invasion falling off in a bit. Anton might be able to actually have a response. Going to yoink Toxic back and over. It's going to be Conquer Goddess for Toxic after trying to go for that Night Fae Blink. That's going to be quick blind onto Anton. Dotted up. That's going to be the pet chasing after him. It's getting slowed. And Toxic is going to use the pet to build up calm points off of it. Anton sacrifices the pet, let it get explode. Death and Decay where Toxic is at, so should be able to keep him in combat with the pet spawning in right next to the Rogue. The Rogue is still dotted up. Dark Transformation. Rogue could be in big trouble. Stunned by the pet. Could maybe be stunned by the Death Knight. Toxic just kind of hovering next to Anton. Does hit him with a disarm. The Death Knight doesn't necessarily need weapons. He got himself the big pet up. And pet is just cloven right through Toxic and just powers him, taking meaty chunks out of the Rogue. Looks like the Rogue dropped down the grenade. Martyrdom trinket at the very end. Just tried to see if it might be able to take Anton Banan with him, but couldn't. Mav is up next, sending a huge set of bleeds. Anton's just taking all these massive dodges back to back into the south bar. Has plenty of runic power to survive it for now. The massive bites by Mavni while they got themselves Berserk rolling in. Gonna be the Army of the Dead. Gripping hand, stun into Mavni. Could be in big trouble. Grip again. It's gonna be tricking it. I think. I don't even know what the tricking at this point. Is another grip. Does not get the other grip. Anton is just slowly chasing after Mavni. The Army of the Dead is closing in. Mavni might get going around the corner. Does avoid it. And it's gonna be a bear for him. Got himself as much recovery as possible. Looking to get himself a regrowth. First aid for Anton, but as soon as the bleeds fall off, Mavni tried to see if he can disrupt it. Full runic power is ready for Anton. Has it stricken in case things go bad. Shade of Ice on Mavni. Cyclone trying not to get interrupted. Actually trying to get interrupted as a flash cat comes out. Anton can't really do much about it. Looks like Anton is disengaging, maybe trying to go for his own flash cat if possible. Slowing down Mavni as the Pharaoh leaps right over. Going to be a maim. Trick it out for Anton Badan. Has full bar runic power. Can heal. The harder Mavni hits him, the harder Anton Badan can heal. It's going to be spell warding, giving him a little bit of survivability. Stun onto Mavni as the Army of the Dead joins in. Thorns is still up on the Pharaoh. Could be bad for Anton Badan. Does have Dark Pact in case he needs to. It's going to be actually not the army joining in. I think it's just the tier set procking. Has the army available in case he needs it. Could go for a Death Pact in case he wants to. AMS available in case he's gotta. And Mavni's looking to see if they can peel away from the Death and Chain of Ice, slowing him down, but the power shifted out of the Pharaoh, keeping him moving. That's going to be a quick restun onto Anton. Might have to go for big defenses here. IBF coming back up very soon. Dark Pact getting used right now just to give himself a little bit of bolster health. Try not to heal himself for now while he's necrotic out. The Army of the Dead try to swing around the corner. Mavni is going to try to build some calm points off of these things as he's going for big brutal slashes. Every single one of those pets getting crit. I think it built up a brutal slash up to full calm points. The pet, the ghoul, does explode next to Mavni. Sacrifices Anton Badan, looking for a bit of a recovery. Flesh kept used up in order to coalesce a shield around the caramelizing. In green, this menacing might around the Death Knight and broken out very quickly, but Mavni gonna be the swarm joining in for Anton Badan, stinging at Mavni, empowering the damage from the Dark Transformation pet. Gonna be that execute. Mavni could be in big trouble. Actually, the budget be going down. Oh, it's Anton Badan just slamming this druid into the ground, taking him down. Oh, those blades couldn't hold this guy down at all. He does Lichborn, I think, trying to see if he can catch up a little bit of healing. And Bad Man is going to be right next to the Death Knight. Quick and Biz hit him with a breath, and it's going to be a polymorph. Anton Badan maybe could use his pet to stun Bad Mana as he got himself full combustion ready to go. IBM can use for Anton Badan, trying to reduce as much damage as he can. That's going to be a buff to that AMZ. AMZ actually giving him a huge protection buff versus Bad Mana's cooldowns. It's having to walk out of the AMZ, but he's looking for that big health recovery. Built himself up a little bit of that runic power. That's a lot of big death strikes. Bad Mana got himself a little bit of a... Hey, wait, was that a resolve trinket by Bad Mana, or was that Anton Badan's resolve trinket now? I'm wondering. I saw Resolve go down. I didn't know who dropped it. I didn't see it fast enough. Ring of Frost to try to surround the Death Knight, but looks like he's going to be able to go for a stun. Drinking on a bad mana. That still dipping kind of low. That's have Ice Block and Cauterize, so it should be okay. Trying to see if he can freeze Anton, freezing the pet. That's going to be another goal join in as an Executor's right on bad mana. Does dive into Ice Block to get himself a little bit of recovery. Separating that Ice Block to apart from the Cauterize is super crucial as a mage if you're trying to create a little bit better survivability. It's very, very crucial. This way you're able to give yourself a little bit more healing. Bad mana, they're taking a lot of damage though. It does have all the time. That's why Antibadan was just kind of waiting away, just hovering away from the guy. Going for the pet stun to disrupt the breath polymorph. Just take it in. Those death goes back to back. Grip it in. Just try to disrupt bad mana as best possible. Getting Cauterize out. Does he get the execute though? Bad mana could be in big trouble. That's his survivability. Trying to shoot in power, but as he just dies, C-Pod is gonna take him down, but try to give him that recovery. If Antibadan can just destroy the C-Pod fast enough, staying in the death goals, glowing shadows, is it gonna be enough? Does take down the C-Pod. And the mage just couldn't find himself the recovery that he needed. Theus is going to be up next. Fleshcrafted, going for them spikes, man. The Antibadan is dealing with so many bleed classes. I mean, it's an Outlaw, so it's not really a dark class, but adding that extra Necrolord spike, I mean, that bleed is also going to do quite a bit of consistent damage over time. Stun onto Antibadan. Theo might actually be thinking about popping a defensor here. The Army of the Dead is actually doing quite a lot of work. Got himself big pistol shots versus Antibadan. I'm not sure what kind of build is he playing as I mean, I know Necrolord, but like, I wonder if he's playing Blunderbuss or Between the Eyes. Gonna be a stun to Theo. Might want to go into a vanish. Went to hiding for a second. Cloak of Shadows. The pet does walk away from Anton for just a second, but Theo is still not out of the fight. Oh, I think it might have got Soul Reap. But Taxi last or left over for the team one. The Affliction Warlock has to play this as carefully as possible versus Antibadan, and Anton is walking into this one. Actually, maybe Antibadan is the one that needs to play this carefully. He doesn't have a lot of I guess he got defenses. Never mind. Offensively, he is a little behind though, but every defense is available. Wait, this could actually be good. And Fake Taxi not playing the Resolve Trinket, playing the Relentless instead. So he's gonna sit CC and I think interrupts a little bit less. This is gonna be interesting. I wonder how many casters. It looks like even the mage didn't even go Resolve. I wonder how many casters in general are dropping the Resolve Trinket altogether now that it's no longer makes you immune to interrupts. Gonna be a full Army of the Dead joining in. Anton trying to see if he might be able to get these pets to coalesce around Taxi. Taxi does get everything dotted. If he can get himself a full field drain, he might be okay. That's Bolt on too, Anton, but it looks like Taxi just goes down as he just gets absolutely mauled. Oh my goodness. All they did to Warlocks is remove Demon Armor, and that's 120% armor gone. And Anton just got clawed right through. Jesus, he was gonna try to go for a big old death bolt there. I think he had himself the biggest go possible. That came out of nowhere. That just happened all at once. Demon Armor rips are worse than I thought. Yeah, I think you literally had to play that Drain build or something Taxi, like I said before. Like I said last week, you might have to start playing like a Drain build and Drain really, really early on. Damn. That was quick. God. All right, let's get another going, boys. Still 2 spots open for Atha. Yeah, Alliance of it rough. Yo, if you guys want to join your boy Atha, he's looking for groups for 5 pound on those in the LG. You guys are looking to find it ready. All right, we get Scotty Taxi back real quick. I want to fight the DK again. Maybe we can get the Death Knight versus Taxi first. Yo, Anton, do you want to fight Taxi first one? If the team Scotty is okay with the Death Knight fighting first versus Taxi, we could just have them 1v1 each other to start. We could have them just get a bit of a rematch. So like both of them are ready, full cooldowns, no damp, right? Everything as even as possible, and they can basically commit to one another. That's perfect practice for Taxi, and I'm sure it's great for Antibadan to test out the DK buffs, because it should be a lot tankier against magic damage. They got buffed quite a bit, so that's pretty good for them. Isn't it only mostly magic damage? The claw is, but there's a lot of that pet damage, the pet autos, the clawing shadow, like the A-bomb limb is shadow, clawing shadow is a shadow, but a lot of their damage is pet damage, physical damage, which is the pet attacking and clawing. The Army of the Dead clawing as well. It's a lot of physical, you'd be surprised. And we got a free spot. Maybe Alliance has a spot with Atho. They're looking for 2. If you know a +1 in there, we can get him in there, boys. How many are we at right now, boys? 231? Yo, 231 duels. Let's go, boys. They get 1v1. Whoever wins, just let the people fight. Just on a DM. Like have them go to the back of the line and maybe go last afterwards. Possibly. Looks like they're sending out Crom going first. At least it's still on the Holy DK, so maybe for Taxi it'll still work out. Twitch. We got us a team 1. Taxi already getting attacked up by Cromgon. Chain of Ice comes down. The army of the dead is looking to bust it out there. That's going to be the pet joining in, swinging around the corner. Taxi with the Monaco versus Cromgon, trying to get the dots up and running, but the pet, the Dark Transformation, does go into clobber him over the head. The army of the dead, the ghouls crawling out of the ground, starting to get some damage versus Taxi. Taxi does get all this pets dotted up. Big drain life while Soul Rod is up, able to recover a lot of healing. Cromgon just tanking this up completely. That's going to be A-Bomb Limb join in. Maybe Taxi could go for another drain. Is going to go for big drains to get himself as much health recovery as possible, just surviving the damage from the Cromgon, using all these lifeless pets. I guess they got some life in them still, because it's draining their life. So there's gotta have some life in there, not enough to be a full function human being. And it looks like Crom taking quite a lot of the dot damage. It's going to be Spell Warden that's going to help him out with the periodic damage. But the burst damage for Taxi, if he can get himself a big setup, he could be able to maybe make something work. Mortal getting set out versus Crom. He doesn't sit it long at all. I think Trick gets out of it. Trying to get an interrupt with the Taxi. Looks like he's going to go for that grip. He's just trying to see if he can disrupt Taxi and cast his best possible Dark Transformation. The pet does get a lot of huge interrupt. That's going to be drain life for Taxi. Just trying to see if he can recover as best as possible. That's going to be an execute of Taxi. Trick is out of that one. That's going to be Seed Pod. I think it might be over as Crom just goes in for Flesh Cap right next to the seed. It looks like the A-Bomb pet just ends up clawing down the seed, just taking it bit by bit, taking it apart, leaf by leaf, petal by petal, taking them out. With Toxic going to be up next. We are missing one over on the team 1, and hopefully we get that 5th person in here very, very soon. No shot. Yeah, you have to take play super defensively. Taxi. It is unwinnable at times. They did get buffed against magic damage in particular too. Taxi, I believe in you, man. I think if anybody could figure out how to fight a death knight, it would be you. As Toxic Hoover is gonna try to see if he can give himself a try. You literally name is Toxic Hoover X. That's good. Good road, kid, a shot into Crom, gone. The pet goes in first, done massive damage to Crom. Oh, Toxic just found damage out of nowhere. What kind of build do you got? I just went in for just a big old setup, got him stunned, got him kind of low. Big execute out of nowhere. And just tapped him. Are you still Night Fae or just switch it around? I'm not even sure. But Daddy Fosh? Wait, Daddy what? I don't even know. Daddy Fash? Daddy. We'll go with simple Daddy. I'm not gonna look too deeply into it. Daddy is going to be up next as an assassination rogue, already tricking out versus Toxic, who's going to be able to get the opener on him. So Toxic, if he has cooldowns here, he could potentially have himself a big go. He's switching out to that Necrolord. I think he might be playing the Necrolord Blade and Venom build. Cheap shot on Toxic. Daddy goes in for a Vendetta. Night Fae burst. Toxic needs to cloak a shot of this as soon as possible, but I think he's just going to die to the kidney shot. Let's see, you got to take it down. On Forge. Stu is going to be up next. 3 minutes of the duel. Cheap shot on Daddy. Daddy is going to go for blind immediately. Going to be immediately tricking out of Thew. Daddy could potentially maybe survive this Aegis arm onto Thew. Try to see if he might be able to get away from the guy for just a moment longer. Brandon, how you doing, my man? Thanks for joining us today for the duels. Hope you enjoyed it. What do you think is going to win this? Daddy or Thew? Thew did get hit with a kidney shot. Looks like he's got a hit with a slow. Daddy's kind of low on health, but he's looking for the reset. He got the Chemist Slime on him. What do you think, Brandon? Do you think he's going to be going down or not? Going to be evasion for Daddy. I'm just going to try to see if he can avoid Thew as best as possible. Thew just got to wait out this evasion unless he want to go for a blind. That's going to be a resolve trick, and I think Daddy's trying to see if he can kite him into it, or they're trying to use it to like create a bit of space between one another. Next kidney shot could be huge. Kidney shot, letting Daddy find a way to see if he can maybe escape out of this one. Just looking for a reset. Thew goes in for a Blade Flurry, trying to see if he can find him immediately, but looks like Daddy does get himself a clean getaway. The eyes are up for both of the rogues. Daddy hanging out at the far end. He saw the resell for Thew. He's seen the flesh cap, so Thew's just trying to tank up. He's trying to make sure that Daddy just doesn't get himself a proper opener off the bat. This is where Daddy needs to figure out something. Yeah, they gotta go and maybe get the Vendetta back up, or maybe utilize DC like stun into a disarm, in order to be able to rotate damage onto Thew while he whittles away the big flesh cap barrier. If he can find a way to do it, he might be okay. Thew picking up the eyes and is starting to get aggressive with Daddy, trying to see if he can hit him through the pillar, is able to keep him out in the open, is able to even apply slows. Build up comp points, get a shot by Daddy, does get the opener. Thew with a human racial, get a shot, it's going to be triggered for Daddy with a disarm immediately, has Vendetta coming back up very, very soon, does get himself a bit of a sipping cup, trying to get some dots. He needs to break through the shield of Thew, and then he might be okay. He has Vendetta coming up very, very soon. He should be able to get a kidney shot first. Cheap shot as he goes in for a Garrote after. I feel like maybe that vanish was really, really aggressive. Unless Stu makes a mistake, Daddy's just gonna have to wait out for a while. Big sepsis? Wait, does Stu just die through sepsis? Does he have anything at all? Cloak of Shadows? Wait, Daddy actually turned it around. I am kind of surprised he was able to do so. I feel like it was Stu's game to win. Daddy just hit him with that sepsis. Did Stu didn't even cloak of Shadows? I feel like as soon as you see the sepsis, you cloak it immediately, especially with that Vendetta, because that's just gonna hurt. Like, whether it is a tier set or no tier set, that combination hurt before, but with a tier set, it just speeds it up so much faster. It's not even funny. Crazy. As Daddy looking for that stealthy opener versus Mavni. Mavni with full flesh count, built it up, ready to go for this duel. Daddy looking for that sippy cup. Sap onto the druid yet again. Just waiting them out. Mark for that already. Mavni got quite a lot of boys to get through, actually. Mavni got quite a lot of dudes to go through, like Sojiro. We got Ava Maria, we got Sazanta Badun. So we got a lot of play classes to get through, but first is the Rogue. But I think it's just waiting out until he gets himself the Vendetta back up. Mavni does not have eyes on either side, so they're kind of limited what it can do. I think they're just letting the Rogue get the opener while in bear form. Literally not much you can really do about it. Daddy does get himself a mark for death, going for the triple sap. I think probably gonna go for an opener now. Doesn't really walk into this duel with any defense. It's gonna be immediate barking from Mavni. That's gonna be Daddy, I think, just trying to see if he can reset. That's gonna be a quick charge by Mavni, though, trying to see if he can cut off the Rogue into a count from immediately. Needs to make sure to get some kind of dots on the Daddy. Next getting shot can be pretty bad too. Thorns are up for Mavni and Daddy trying to go for that evasion, but he's just doing damage to himself with those thorns. The swarm is going to be applied. The blades are up with that tier set tricking from Mavni, as it looks like Daddy's just going to be going down to the dots. He's got summoned here for the sippy cup. Looks like the seed pod may be able to save him. Wait, does the blind last long enough? The seed pod could give him a second chance right here. Mavni needs to get a go right now, trying to see if he can bite through the seed pod. Looks like the Rogue does get a clean escape with advantage. This is going to bleed on him. There's no way this Rogue got a clean go. And he does get the sap. Are you kidding me? That blind lasted just long enough for him to go for a complete reset. Are you kidding me? Oh my god. And this Rogue got a Vendetta back up. And Mavni no longer has a trinket. This could be Daddy's opportunity to make a comeback. The flash cap is going to put him in a tight spot though. That flash cap, he has to find a way to burn through it, then go for a full Vendetta, then go for a full sepsis. And see if he can truck down Mavni. Mavni should have Barcia back up, should have himself friends in regen. So for Daddy, he got to break through the shield, get Mavni himself kind of low, get a full clean stone, all the bleeds, full Vendetta sepsis, and just go for the most amount of burst possible. That's, I think, the only way he can really do this. He's gonna have to be very, very careful. I don't think he can open up with, like, I don't even know, kidney shot. I think he has to. Barcia immediately for Mavni. They're trying to play it very, very defensively. Daddy without sepsis, Vendetta immediately. Cloak of Shadows for the thorns. Mavni without wall, still taking quite a big amount of damage, even through wall and Barxian. Daddy having to reapply his dots yet again onto Mavni over and over. Mavni just having to give him an opportunity to maybe get a bit of a comeback, bit of a response to Daddy. He's still bleeding out quite a bit, trying to set some bleeds of his own versus Daddy. Daddy has faint right now, has an evasion coming up very, very soon, but the bleeds have already set in. He's kind of limited down on what he can really do. He's limited down on time given. Does go for a shield versus Mavni, but it's looking to just disconnect for a moment, maybe catch himself a break, catch himself a bit of a reset. Does get himself sold in, but he's going to catch himself a restyle for a moment. Does he get a sap into Mavni while out of bear form? That's something you should be looking out for. Getting a sap on a druid while outside of bear form, because if you can do that, next get the shot inside of cat form, it's just going to make Mavni so much more susceptible to damage. And Daddy's just chilling behind the pillow with that slice, just looking for as much recuperation as possible. Mavni picking up eyes, just trying to see if you might be able to end the duel here. Oh, Cora, I actually no longer have the 980 Ti. Is it still in the description for 980 Ti? Because I got a 260 Super when I got a new PC build a while back now. I do need to at some point be thinking about upgrading though. I think it's about that time. Especially with the work that I do. I think it's about that time for me to go for an upgrade. But yeah, that you gotta be over hello over OT. Yeah, it's been no, I haven't had a 980 Ti in a bit. Is this still in the description? Because I gotta go change it then. I'm gonna have to adjust it next stream. Mavni, Daddy, waiting each other out. Eyes are back up, so Mavni could have himself another go. I think Daddy's just gonna wait until Vendetta. He got evasion up in 30 seconds. I think he's just gonna wait it. I don't really know what else he can really do. Is Daddy playing that, is Daddy playing the Vendetta Lego Dustwalkers? Because if you play Dust Walkers, I feel like you should be spending energy all the time in order to try to get that cooldown back faster. I feel like Daddy's got to find a way to get an open onto Mavni, force out a Bark Skin without using Vendetta. Is he going to go for a Vendetta go? He's setting up some bleeds. Let's go to Vendetta. Steps into the Bark Skin of Mavni. Mavni trying to go for a Shadow Melt. Wait, dots are up on the Mavni. Big bleeds. Mavni's like, oh, wait, Daddy actually did it. I did not expect for this man to do that much damage that quickly. Wait, Daddy did make a return. 3 kills. Well, there it is, boys. This Rogue brought it back. It had himself a little bit of a longer game, a little bit of a slower game, but it did bring it back over time. Well, there it is, dude. Let's gotta get another going, boys. Yeah, let's get another 2 up and running. More 5v5 1v1 duels. I honestly thought it was gonna last a little bit longer. Athaman, group ready. Tagsy is also ready. I guess we could get Scotty and Tagsy, and then Tagsy and Atha, and then Scotty versus Atha. We could do that too, right? I think we'll do it like that. Tagsy and Athaman ready. All right, Scotty, I'll get you group up immediately versus Atha after this duel. Okay, it'll take like 5 minutes. My boy Atha gonna go in, clean house. We'll get back in there. That was the hour. That was the hour of the Forsaken, literally. I can't tell if you just like say it as the hour of the Forsaken, like it was awesome watching a Forsaken play, or it was like that duel lasted an hour long. Both, maybe. All right, let's get another one going, boys. Is this done? Dude, it's still processing. Whatever, man. Whatever. It's still processing, dude. Hold on. I gotta reset this real quick. I don't think it's working properly. I don't think it's working properly. Maybe now it will? Okay, cool. Now it is. Alright. Alrighty, boys. Switch. We got ourselves team 1 together with the bad mana. Fake Tagsy Mavni gonna be first up versus your boy Fassel. Still rocking the results trinket. I guess we'll see how good this thing works out. Versus the Feral Druid. Quick Mortal Coil with a Fear getting sent out as Fassel trying to see if he can get himself a better angle versus the kitty cat, but looks like the cat is going to be path around behind the pillar and looks like we'll not be able to reach that stun. The pet, however, is going to be a lot stronger. The Felguard recently got buffed for Demonology, so it's actually going to have himself a proper Mortal Strike effect, which is going to be quite heavy for Mavni because all the healing, his healing is actually reduced by 25% fully from the get-go. That's actually could give Fassel a bit of advantage, especially against a hybrid class like Feral. Full beats are up onto the Warlock. Looks like the Warlock is lagging really badly. It looks like Fassel got back and reconnected. But Lord dropping in. There's going to be another Axe Toss with a full Tyrant Summon now. That's going to be attempted center by Mavni. Does eat a full Decimate. Both the pets are surrounding him. That's going to be a Tyrant trying to swing around the corner. Looks like he might be able to get a cast off or 2. The Tyrant is trying to find a better position, but Mavni is avoiding all his pets completely. Kevin Slime swinging around the corner should be able to keep Mavni out in the open. And Fassel should have himself pretty big Demon Bolts ready to go as soon as it's available. Stun onto Fassel, has to take the stun. That's going to be Axe Toss by the pet. Still more bleeds coming down. Fassel needs to find himself a little bit of heal recovery. Mortal Coil in the last second, but Mavni doesn't get hit by it until the very last moment. Echo trying to see if he might be able to reconnect with the Feral Druid, ring a piece up to try to break him out of that cell, but wasn't able to. On team 2, we got ourselves besides Echo and Fassel, we got Errors, we got ourselves Athaman. I like that Mog, and Huge Buttman returning for them 5v5 duels. Flush grabbed up by Mavni, and Echo trying to see if he might be able to get aggressive with the Feral. The earlier he gets aggressive, the better. Thorns is up, so Echo is going to go for immediate Karma with a leg sweep, trying to see if he can go for big damage versus Mavni. Defensive to follow, it could be big damage. Feral does go for a Bark Skin. It's going to be massive health recovery while he's healing. Wall is up and available, so he should be able to maybe make full recovery out of this one. Echo just trying to give him any breathing space though. Mavni could maybe be suffocated with all the damage. Just continuous pressure might end up snapping the Feral into quick maim as the Feral is trying to find himself a little bit of recovery. Getting interrupted on Cyclone. Does not have a flash cut to follow up. Just kind of limited on what he can do in cap, but I think it's over as Echo might have actually not. Echo almost misses the opportunity to land the kill. It looks like he stood there for a second thinking that, oh, I definitely got this in the bag, and it looks like Mavni in the last second has some kind of a heal. Something ready to go for it. Then it'll be next up, Tagsy playing with a with sacrificing the pet. So Taxi is playing with a normal pet. I was thinking maybe he was gonna play like with a succubus. It looks like there's a balloon pet that got sacrificed. The dots are amped up into Echo. He could defuse magic him. You might want to think about it in the future as he just continues to profusely dot it up and just melting little by little. Taxi making sure there's plenty of distance between him and Echo. I'm starting to see maybe we can find an angle. Maybe that's for the interrupt pet sacrifice, so he may be able to get himself a quick interrupt, preventing Echo from healing. Dots are up on the monk, got himself images, is going to be BDB down, it's going to be attempt a full damage for Taxi, try to get a UA, still needs to go for a big drain, does get himself a big recovery. Echo is going to go for the karma with a Ford Brew as well. Does not reverse the dots back to Fake Taxi just yet. I think he's waiting for Fake Taxi to go for big defenses first. Soul Rod is up. This way he might be able to remove it. Does remove all the dots. It's going to be fear attempt by Taxi, but a quick incap by Echo was close enough to be able to prevent Taxi from continuously applying all the rest of the dots. Echo still somehow dotted. Flash gun is up, but it looks like the is getting burnt in very, very quickly. He's still melting. Does Echo make a recovery, or is this man just dead? Trying to go for a ring of peace, but I think it's over. Fake Taxi once he got all the dots in there. Whatever dots that he couldn't remove, it was over. Taxi just had the biggest damage available. Error is going to be up next, leaping over next to Taxi. Taxi doesn't he set himself up the porch as well as the gateway? He should be able to kite out the warrior. The banner is trying to prevent the warrior from being slow for too much longer, but looks like the banner is down. Quick trade for Taxi does let him recover. And almost hell swap with Errors is going to go for that big old gateway. Errors is slowed down constantly, dotted up. He needs to re-engage with Taxi in order to start recovering a bit of health. Warriors is like a berserker build. The more you can stay in combat with the next person, the more healing you can get out of it. Trying to catch a first save, but these corruptions, these agonies, I mean, they're just causing him to just drop. The agony that he's feeling is causing him. It's hard to hold the grip on the bandages to try to recover, and there's going to be a cooldown on that for a bit as Aaron just trying to see if he can find some recovery. He's like just trying to find an umbrella, just trying to get away from the rain of dots. As Taxi does establish the UA, ramping up all his dots. Erlis is able to reflect one of the dots. I'm not really sure what he reflected back to Taxi. Maybe it was agony. Can Taxi get an agony reflected back to himself and get procs from agony? Errors taking big death bolt damage. There's still a lot of the dots are just absolutely I don't even know. Just eradicating them little by little. The drain is gonna secure the kill for Taxi though. Quick drain around the bridge and just takes the boy out. Without them, gonna be up next. As the imp is getting used up, but Taxi is gonna be able to use the. Can Taxi dispel himself with the imp while they're in the stun? Can Taxi break out of stuns with the imp dispel? Because they sacrifice an imp. I guess we'll find out. If Taxi can actually dispel themselves from a Hodge, they'll be in a great spot. Gonna be Athman charging out as a big long boy, a big little long boy, Lowfoot. Big port for Taxi. Got himself that drain life recovery. Stun on Taxi, can he remove it? Looks like he can dispel it. Taxi has a trinket. He has literally a second trinket with a big dispel. Arthur's playing a resolve trinket. So Arthur's playing the big cheesy resolve that gives him immunity to CC. I think maybe he's trying to see if he can one-shot Taxi. Shield of Vengeance is up. Athman tried to see if he can swing around towards the Warlock. Got himself the Blessing go slumber or fall right now. So he got himself some cooldown reduction. Taxi bailing away as soon as he kited Athman to a corner. And actually looks like the dots are still rampant right through him. Athman is trying to see if he can maybe stave off the damage. Is he able to keep himself afloat right now? Flash of Lights, Judgment trying to keep himself alive. Drain life for Taxi just to give himself recovery. Another Hodge on the Taxi can literally remove it because he can just dispel himself out of that stun, which is actually kind of crazy. Dark back for Taxi as he does give himself a little bit of that recovery. It looks like Athos also getting some recovery as well, building a little bit on holy power, using it for Word of Glories back to back to keep himself afloat. Has bubble, has bop in case things really get dire. Deathbolt might force out a big bubble defensive, and I think it's going to be that. Taxi just loaded him up full of dots. Taxi getting cooldowns back very, very soon. These boys are just in so much pain, dampening at only 12%, and Taxi's dots have already ramped up quite a bit. Gonna be Atho trying to see if he can swap out to the next blessing. I think it is a Blessing of Winter, and I think Blessing of Winter does frost damage, and I believe it also, I could be wrong on this one, but I think it can reduce the cast speed of Taxi, but also his movement, doing quite a bit of damage to Taxi right now. He's actually taking a bit of the extra bonus frosty damage. It looks like Atha is going to go for a bit of a health recovery. He's just rotating through all his blessings as best as he can in hopes of maybe defeating the Warlock. Taxi just hanging out on the other side of the bridge, waiting for Atha to jump after him, probably hoping that Atha jumps down, and then Taxi can use his ability to pour back up and get the high ground. Atherman looking for that full-blown recovery. Taxi just letting those dots do work. The longer this game goes on, the higher dampening it becomes. And it could be really bad for Atha. Quick fear by Taxi, trying to make sure he has the line inside of Atha. It's going to ramp up all his dots and just back it away from Atha. Atha does activate Blessing of Spring, which is going to give him more healing. Taxi with full burst available. Big Death Bolt to Atha, and Atha does go down. Absolutely just melted the boy. Death Bolt ramped up with a haze buff. While a Dark Glare keeps zapping you for every one of the dots you have. Just makes it that much harder to fight through. And Taxi waiting out for a huge Buttman. As the man is just dancing, but I think he's ready to go. I think he's literally dueling. Tags is swapping out to the Observer, and at least Huge Buttman is given an opportunity to do so. A bit of an honor duel between the two. Huge Buttman not playing the Sky Fury totem. Oh, yeah, no, not the Sky. He was playing Sky Fury totem. He's not playing Stormkeeper, so he must be playing the RNG Lava Birds build, which is what a lot of not Warlocks, but Shamans started playing some recently. It's a very RNG build, but every time you Lava Burst, you have a chance of proccing Ascendance, which will set out more Lava Bursts, and that Lava Burst Ascendance can also proc another Ascendance. So you can basically chain like a bunch of Lava Bursts all at once. It's very, very RNG, but when it works really well. Huge Buttman landing quick wind shear as Tags is trying to establish a Curse of Affliction onto Huge. And that's going to be full interrupt onto Huge. Locked out on Nature's Plus for a bit. It's going to be Dodge getting set up by Taxi. Trying to go for Big Death Bolt. Huge with the wall. Just trying to keep himself alive here. Got him some Spirit Walker's Grace, so at least he can move around away from Taxi while getting himself some healing. It looks like he's able to survive a huge portion of those dots for at least for a moment. He's going to try to establish himself a big Primordial for maybe a big Lava Burst. Sky Fury down. Does he get the big procs? He got a lot of procs of Lava Bursts just now with the light. The last one putting Taxi in a tight spot with a wall. Earthshock doesn't quite kill him. Drain life is allowing Taxi a full recovery. Fear onto Huge as he finds himself with no health whatsoever. And Taxi with a death ball, I think it's going to be over. Taking these boys out. Absolutely just stomping on them. Affliction Warlocks, man. And this is with the Affliction Warlock nerfs after losing out that armor buff. Very well done. Taxi did really, really good there, boys. Clean game. Let's get ourselves another one going. I think Scotty is ready. We got a Q versus Atha. Scotty, let me know when you're ready. You and Atha gotta play with each other now. Atha, let me know when you're ready. Yo, what's up, Derma? How you doing, my man? Are you gonna be joining the duels tonight? Hope you're having a good one, my guy. Yo, did you see them talents, by the way? They're looking cool, aren't they? I'm gonna be taking a closer look at them this evening. I'm probably gonna make a video update on them as well. Dude, I'm so excited for Dragonflight. I'm so glad. Now that we're starting to see talents, I wonder if that means that the alpha could be out very, very soon, boys. Now we're starting to see talents for Dragonflight. I wonder if potentially an alpha could be right around the corner. That'd be really awesome to see. Let Atha fight the Riskies. Yeah, I want to give them opportunity. Scotty, if only Scotty is there. If they're not ready, then we'll have to get another one going. It is the best map for Warlock. That is true. That is true. That is something to consider. Some classes will do better on certain maps, and that map, I agree, was better for Warlocks. Yeah, I don't think anyone can just... Because it gives you like the verticality with the bridge, and then there's this opportunity for ports. Scotty's ready? Alright, Atha versus Scotty. Atha, man, and Scotty. And then we can get Scotty versus Tagsy. Let Atha fight the Riskies. Lord Burns the Lord run. That would have been a way different map for any melee. For casters, not as great of a map. For melee, it's a fantastic map. This is because you don't need to worry about line of sight. You can just kind of always be out in the open next to the dude. With casters that kind of want a little bit of that range to it. And there's not really too much place to hide. I think the only casters that really do well here is maybe like mages. Maybe Warlocks if they play heavily around the Tombstone and the Graveyard. Oh no, actually, Shamans, like Enhanced with Shaman, actually do benefit a lot from that card. They can get a slow on the card, and we've seen Arhi survive on there for hours, it feels like. Is that pretty much standard for all three specs for Warlocks? I'd say so, at least for Affliction definitely, because it's an extra dot, and it's good for survivability because it has a play with the drain. Necrolord is really good for destruction for PvP and Demonology, but Nightfake can also work for them. Necrolord, I think, it's just too big of a buff for Demonology, for Demon Bolt damage. It's just consistent, plus Tankiness is also really nice. For destruction, I think it's better because if you get locked out on fire, you have that shadow spell. So it's like an you get an intricacy with the schools of cast that you get to work with, you know? I think that's why it's better in that regard, but I could be wrong. Switch. We got Echo first up for the team 1 versus Sajiro, charging out, activating the banner. This man is ready to go. May playing his hand early as Echo knows exactly how to respond. It's going to be quick fear, but Sajiro waiting down for Echo. It looks like if he has a full burst, he might be alright. He's going to leap away while disarm, but should be able to wait out the disarm to get back in. The charging out pretty early on versus Echo. Go for the Bladestorm. Echo could be in trouble. Fist of Fury parrying out Sajiro. Sajiro just trying to see if he can avoid Echo whenever he can't hit him. Karma, it looks like Sajiro might just have to burn through a Karma. It looks like he's not deterred by that Karma at all. And Echo knows this. He's just going for the full reset. Activated forward, gives himself a little bit of a defensive with a Ring of Peace to boop Sajiro out of the way. This Fury Warrior he sees all those attempts for Echo to deny Sajiro opportunity to do much to him. And Sajiro doesn't really care. The only one that he really backs away for is Fist of Fury because that's quite a bit of damage, quite a little bit of survivability for Echo. Quick forward by the monk, looking for the flash cap. Sajiro leaping right next to him with a quick pummel into Zerkins to get out of that in cap. And trying to see if he can pressure Echo some more. Does he have another leap? He does have another leap. You can't get this warrior off your back at all unless I can get another Fist of Fury or any kind of disengages. He might be in a bad spot. Looks like he wants to turn it around, may potentially get a damage back to Sajiro. Sajiro with bigger rage regeneration. Fist of Fury slow him down for a little bit moment, but it's going to give him some massive heal from Echo. Quick charge to intercept with Echo with the Tiger's Fury. Got himself Ring of Peace in order to keep himself at bay. Flash cap for Sajiro. Forced Echo to close that gap and try to go for a quick interrupt. Does Sajiro have yet another leap? If you got one more leap in there, you should be able to reconnect and maybe get Echo low enough to land that sweet, glorious X kit. In cap actually stops Sajiro in his tracks for a moment. Echo meets him with a Fist of Fury. Fear by Sajiro. It's the same enough. He needs to build up a little bit more rage. Got himself Reckless. I'm not sure if that's a Reckless abandon like cooldown or just a proc from raging, but looks like it's going to be a quick charge. Oh my god. Looks like it might have just been a proc, and in a single crushing blow, he just crushed Echo. Wasn't even an execute. The guy just went from like 20% health, maybe a little bit less, to 0 in a single 1-2. Jesus Christ, is so strong. And they've nerfed your warriors a little bit too, but looks like they didn't really need it. Sajiro versus Eris, and Eris trying to go for big damage, but Eris taking damage of his own. He's the one with the banner. Sajiro got the banner as well. It looks like both the warriors are just unleashing full rage on each other. That's going to be Eris within rage regeneration, but looks like it might not help him at all. Oh my god, this man is a monster. He just dumps her down. Eris had a full rage regen, and Sajiro didn't care. He literally was like, you know what? I know, I see you get a defensive. I don't care. I'm just gonna truck right through you. Jesus Christ, just bulldoze that boy. Oh my goodness. Aaron's tried his very best, man. They were both like very equal to one another too. Very even. Aaron's even had the advantage of the enraged regen to give him a little bit of survivability. So Jude, I think he killed him in the defensive. I think he literally hit him with the biggest crushing blow. It's almost like he didn't even crush his spine, he just straight up crushed his spirit. I think Sajiro might have some kind of like a weapon oils that literally are like some Shadowlands that go into your soul kind of oils. Like, yeah, I'll hit your armor, maybe I'll make a dent, but your soul will get crushed and you literally will just die for like heartbreak or something. Fast, I'll try to see if he might be able to deal with this warrior by keeping him away, sending all the pests, letting the pests deal with him. But he wants to stay in the high ground, wants to stay away from Sajiro as best as possible. Flash cap, unless he has an interrupt, I don't know how much he can really do about it. Sajiro does give himself quite a bit of recovery. Quick interrupt pummel onto Fassel. The Obelisk can take it down. Sajiro, if he's not careful, the Obelisk could eventually ramp up this pet damage to be quite high. Especially if you got a lot of pets, it could become overwhelming. Fassel attempt to go for another decimated bolt. Quick reflect up for Sajiro. Gonna be shattering throw to break through the Dark Pact and the Flesh Cap. Does go for the pummel. Dark Pact not gonna hold on for too much longer, but that's gonna be a quick stun. So Fassel might be able to get himself a little bit more survivability. Looks like the shields are coming in back to back. He got himself the Aegis. I don't really know if the Aegis can really do much against the warrior though. Or maybe the Aegis will protect so his spirit isn't crushed. Maybe the Spirit Crusher is kind of like a it's like a transmogrifier. If you look good, you feel good, you play good. Maybe it's a legit magic ball. It's like, you know what, I'm just gonna try to do my very best. Reflect up for Sajiro, did not get hit with a Mortar Coil. Fassel sending out even more pets. Demon Doggers with a quick stun from the main pet. With a fear onto Sajiro, does establish a little bit of control versus the warrior, but the warrior is not deterred at all. Quick pummel on that Shadow Fury, interrupted that shadow damage. Hacks Fassel in that execute, and Sajiro does end up taking him down. What's going to be up next? It looks like it is going to be Huge Buttman. Established a Primordial with a Fire Ellie. It looks like Sajiro back it up completely. Just wants to go for a bit of a reset. Got himself either a proc or is that actual Recklessness? I think it was just a proc. I think he ended up hitting like Kevin Slime. And he got himself full Reckless Abandon proc. Lava burst flying, getting a bit of procs, but Huge Button didn't get the biggest procs possible. He needs to send out more lava bursts versus Sajiro, and he might be able to get procs for that big ascendance. It's basically just luck. He's just trying to see if he could roll, but at least he's getting a lot of those instant cast lava bursts from that fire elemental. Pretty often thanks to Seer said. Big banner up for Sajura. Huge Button could be in trouble. Trying to go for big damage. Got himself big proc. Sajura taking a lot of damage. Hex trying to come out for Huge. That's going to be reflected. Looks like he's just going to end up trucking him. Just didn't give him a chance. Huge, what can you do? Sajura's right on top of you. Just blasting it out. Full banner. Full reckless banner. What could you really do? And Sajura even got himself the Aegis Stricken to give himself a lot of that magic protection. After they got to find a way to beat him. Can he do it? He got himself full Shield of Vengeance ready to go. Sajura trying to see if he can stay away from Shield of Vengeance as best as possible. I think Atha might have himself cooldowns available. Stun Sajura does himself the biggest go with the Night Fae. He might be able to. Sajura take a load of damage, trying to see if he can recover a bit of health. And Rage Regeneration is getting used up really, really early. Athaman going in for big, massive damage, but Sajura recovers all of it. And Atha seeing if he can charge out at Sajura, got himself the Night Fae. Fear is going to be broken now with that adaptation as Atham is switching back out towards what we remember him using. A lot of that adaptation gameplay is a pally. And it looks like Atho, all he can really do right now is maybe try to will down Sajura. Sajura needs to wait until cooldown to back up. He got a bubble and bot to go through, so it's going to be quite a lot. Sajura got himself a hell of a game. Normally Paladins counter Warriors. Warriors are quite scary right now. They're quite beefy and quite tanky, so we'll see if Sajura could hold his own. Got himself real thick. Athaman needs to be very, very careful not to hide your flag back to himself. But it's going to be a Blaze Storm. Sajura just trying to see if he can somehow find a way to just bait a Hodge out of Athaman and immune it. Reckless Abandon getting used, I think, up to the proc. Trick it. Now Sajura trying to see if he can take down Atha. Atha winning the Shadow Throw behind the pillar. Looks like he might be able to get himself some recovery. Flashlights are getting used. Like Sajura is still trying to commit for a Shadow Throw. He might just want to save it for a little bit later, maybe against Blessing of Protection. Athaman is going to swap it to another buff. I'm not even sure which buff at this point. I think maybe Frosty. Trying to see if he can survive this damage versus Sajura. At least put up some Frosty damage to slow him down a little bit. Stuns Sajura, hits him with a Hand of Hindrance. And is looking for that full recovery. Blessing of Protection is the only thing that could keep Athaman alive. Because Sajura got himself banner up. This man is unable to be slowed at the moment. Atha looks like he made himself quite a decent recovery so far. Shield of Vengeance is back up. Could potentially use the Shield of Vengeance in order to try to delay some of the damage from Sajura. Looks like the Warrior is not deterred just yet. Continuing just to keep the onslaught versus Atha. You should be looking at Blessing of Protection sometime in the future. Maybe Blessing of Protection, then using mobility to get out of there immediately. Sajura trying to stay on top of Atha as best as possible. Looking for a Shadow Throw. Can you line aside it? Doesn't quite get it fast enough. Looks like it's going to be a blessing of spring for Athos, so it's going to amp up his healing by quite a bit. Might be able to use his healing amp from the Nightfall Blessing to keep himself alive versus Sajura, but Sajura's procs of Reckless Abandon just give him so much course damage, and he's constantly getting this procs over and over and over. Those crushing blows give him so much mobility. Trying to see if he can Night Fae away from Sajura, but there's a good chance this Warrior still has a leap and a charge. Those crushing blows just giving him like a permanent uptime on Athaman. Not much the boy could really do about it. Just absolutely drained of mana. And Sajura got himself full wreck, ready to go. Potentially banner. Athaman got nothing in terms of defensives. Sajura just taking big holy hammer hits and just going for a massive reheals from it. Blessing of Spring, Summer is up for Atha. Maybe Atha maybe make a play here. Has wings. He has the full damage blessing. Does he have a Hodge? Sajura does not have a trinket. Could be potentially Athaman's final chance to make something happen. Looks he went for a heal instead of damage. He decided, you know what, I need to heal if I maybe want to survive it. I think he should have just committed all the damage in the world. Sajura breaking out of the stun. Reflect. That's going to be awesome. Blaze Storm up. There's no way to stop this warrior in this moment. Fear to Atha has himself adaptation to break him out immediately. Sajura got plenty of survivability. Spell Warden is up, Rage Stricken is up to give him a little bit extra protection against any holy damage. And Athaman is just kind of stuck between a rock and a hard place with dampening closing in 27%. Sajura just continued trucking on through every one of the Paladin's defenses. Quick, kind of a quick, sort of quick 1v5, but a definitely guaranteed one, boys. Pretty good, pretty good. Let's get another one up and running, boys. Yeah, let's get Scotty in there. He's barely got to play. Also, just said, boys, Sajura gata. Ready? Let's go, boys. Taxi, are you ready, my man? We'll get Atha versus Taxi afterwards. Now we got you boys 3 groups. We got a nice rotation going here, so we can just rotate you. Rotate you all back to forth, back and forth. Balance healing used to be so much better. Yeah, balance healing is not as good right now. I think it's because of the Versa nerf. Or they changed the 2-piece tier sub bonus, not tier set, but the trinket PvP trinket sub bonus. So the healing is not the same. It gives you now Agi instead of Versa. Versa I think was more effective for healing. Because I don't think, not Agi, but it's a primary stat. Like for Rogue it'll be agility, for Warriors it's strength, for casters it's intellect. But strength doesn't buff your healing output nearly as much as versatility does. At least for like Retribution Paladins. So it does limit some of that hybridness healing. Unless you're like a Boomkin or an Ellie Shaman. I think that's the only time where it doesn't actually affect your gameplay at all. Because you actually get benefits from it. Right, intellect scales with all int abilities. Try the Shadow Bolts? Yo, try the Shadow Bolt build. Will that work? Would that actually be, will that work well? Maybe. Who knows? Are we ready? The Duels video that was trying to render this whole time finally got rendered, so I'm just setting up really quickly. Here we go. Nice. It should be up in like a moment. Beautiful. Alrighty, boys. Let's get another up and running. Yeah. Switch. We got ourselves. Oh God. Where am I? I'm stuck in deep space. That was weird. Oh, that was really weird. Ave Maria gonna be first up over for the team 2. That's a Tauren Paladin. Apparently they also adjusted, looking at your weapon, I like that mace, I want to get it. But second, apparently they adjusted maces so they should fit better on the when sheathed and when wielding by many characters. Apparently that was like one of the minor buffs or changes that Blizzard made for 9-5. I wonder if it'll be noticeable. We got ourselves Derma over for the team 1. Kidney shot into Ave Maria. Immediate trinket by the Paladin. Try to see if he can shut down Derma. Maybe get himself big damage. Not going for wings, but looking for that Necrolord procs. Might be enough to maybe get some damage rolling in. Derma with a Cloak of Shadows. No, not a Cloak of Shadows. Evasion. Just looked like he was so shrouded. That is not a cloak. What kind of a... Why do you... I guess maybe your armor just looked like you pressed cloak just because you're so like... Your shoulders are dark. Your hair choice is dark. So maybe there's some kind of like an effect. I think it's the effect well enough of the shoulders that made me look like potential Cloak of Shadows. But Ave Maria unable to really stop Derma. The rogue is going to be super elusive. Shadow stepping around him. Just dancing around the pally. Not letting the rogue get a clean reset. But Derma is able to go for that carry and go. Trying to sink him back-to-back. Eviscerates Ave Maria. Forced to use a Blessing of Protection. Tricking out of the rogue to try to break out of that stone. Feeling like he's going to get locked down by Ave Maria. And drop. And Ave Maria shield him in. Blessing Protection is finally down. Trying to see if they might be able to find Derma. Picking up the ice really early. It looks like Derma is skulking away to create some line of sight. Trying to find himself a little bit of a better situation. A bit of a better opportunity instead. Actually even goes for Shadow Step. Cheap shot to Ave Maria. Trying to see if he might be able to have himself a bit of a go. Ave Maria got big wings ready to go for the next auto attack. Do they have a Hodge to work with it? Looks like Derma maybe looking for that Shadow Step versus Ave Maria. Does go for that step. Trying to see if he can avoid the Paladin completely. With a blind to follow, trying to see maybe he can force anything out of Ave Maria. Maybe a bubble, maybe a trinket. Looks like trinket is down for 30 seconds. Only bubble available for Ave Maria. Derma better be very careful. Next Hodge with wings and a setup for Ave Maria could be really deadly. Best Derma can really do is try to cloak it early. Derma is going to drop down a big explosive grenade versus Ave Maria. Looks like burst coming out of the Paladin. Trying to see if he might be able to make that Hodge work. It looks like he's able to almost do it. Going to be a Cloak of Shadows out of the last second with advantage as Derma almost survived it. Oh my goodness, no, Ave Maria almost had him. The rogue lived with like 2 health at the very end. That was a nice turnaround. Derma wasn't able to pre-cloak it or anything. Sees the Paladin looking to pick up the eyes and is going to hit him with a stab, trying to control this duel as best as possible. If Ave Maria can get himself a Hodge, another one, maybe they can make something work here. Going to be immediate ticket for Ave Maria. Derma with an evasion. If Ave Maria could go for a Hodge, I would still go through the rogue. Got himself the Hodge, potentially big procs. Do they have the crits? Needs that crits in order to take down Derma. Will they be able to do it? Needs one more hit. Tempest Verdict doesn't quite get the crit that they need. Derma with the Shadow Step, tried it with the Paladin, and it's going to be a quick reset. Paladin almost finds out in the open, does hit him with a Wake of Ashes. Getting shot on Ave Maria as a Kyrian burst comes out for Derma. Does have enough damage with those eviscerates. Looking for the big procs. Another Another cheap shot to Ava Maria. Is that going to be enough though? Another cheap shot to follow. Shield of Aegis does keep Ava Maria alive for just half a second with a bit of that Word of Glory holy power to try to keep him afloat, but looks like couldn't quite do it. Holy moly, swinging around the corner versus Derma. Hits him with a stun. Death Chakra grenades are up and running. Gonna be a disarmament to holy moly. Derma taking a load of damage from the survival hunter. Quick in the shot, but the pet should be able to catch up to him. We got an extra spear just continuously hitting Derma. The pet is slowed down. Derma does catch himself a reset, but the hunter's mark is still on him. Holy moly, not letting him go anywhere. Derma trying to go for a shadow step, trying to see if he can avoid him as best as possible. More grenades get sent in. Holy moly just needs a kill shot or two. Just needs one more hit. Derma with a smoke bomb blind, but it's going to be over. Holy moly, trinket it. I don't think they necessarily had to, but didn't rely on their pet to be able to finish that duel. Taking him out. Holy moly, using the new Dark Ranger look. I like that. With that said, with that Mog, that looks wicked. Also with them shoulders. Kim gonna be up next. We haven't seen Kim during these duels in a while. The Shadow Priest playing that Necrolord. I wonder what talents Legos you play as a Shadow Priest nowadays. Do you still play the self-heal build? You might be, right? Necrolord gives you a lot of that consistency, but I guess you'll play the self-healing build just for survivability, at least in the duels. Death Chakra running right through. Kid might have to go for a disperse here. Chooses not to. Decides, you know what? I think I'll be okay and plenty healthy. Siphon is up and running. He's just gonna go for a big PI. Not yet, actually. Just bursts outside of PI. Just Void Eruption is gonna send the pets up and running. Looks like he's saving PI for some time later. And he's trying to blast out a holy moly as much damage as humanly possible. Get himself a lot of health recovery there. With a quick freeze of trap, that's still going to be lots of shadow damage. Onto holy moly does dive into camo really quickly to try to avoid that extra shadow that spawned from Kib. I am surprised. Wait, Kib also has got tier set. You know what? We haven't seen Shadow Priest in their tier set just yet. That was Kib with Megalomania, so that wasn't proper Void Eruption. That was just a Megalomania Void Eruption. Interesting. PI is up for Kib. Might be looking at potentially going for a bit of healing. Does get himself a Vampiric Embrace. All the single target damage he does versus the Hunter is going to give him some healing. Holy moly, just had a grenade ready for him though. It looks like that explosive from the Death Chakram was enough to take down the Hunter. I honestly thought, Shadow Priest. Apparently that was enough. I'm surprised. Holy moly, with Quick Fade Death trying to go for a little bit of healing. As Toxic just gets hit with a bit of a reset with a freezing trap. Holy, unless you get himself another something, anything. Camo, something needs to be used now. Maybe Turtle? Might want to use Turtle. Try to separate away from the Rogue. Oh my god, Holy got no health whatsoever. Next Skitted Shot is going to be super giga deadly. I don't know how you recover this. Honestly, Fleshcraft, trying to see maybe it'll give him a little bit of survivability. Get shot to Holy. Does have a trigger for it. That's going to be Vendetta onto Holy. Has a feign death to remove a lot of those dots. Might be able to survive it. Holy, does he go for a full reset here? Oh, he got Vendetta though. I think he still has a Vendetta on him. He should be able to see where the Hunter's at. He's heading towards him. He definitely sees him. But a Manic Bandage lets Holy recover a ton here. Rogue walking into the flare. Just trying to see if he can maximize whatever damage he's got. He must have calm points ready to go. Like, he just did the kid a shot. And he should have himself a pretty good setup. Gonna be a big Death Chakram on Toxic. No trigger for Holy Moly. Unless maybe he can survive the onslaught by the Rogue. He goes in for... Wait, he goes in for a flesh cut the last second. But Holy Moly played the... Oh, wait. That's kind of buggy looking. Normally it's just supposed to be armor, not actual full body. But it's playing that Aramir Soul Buyer for the cheat death mechanic. Able to use his carriage, able to function for a short time after dying, but at a heavily reduced value. 50% reduced damage and healing done. But at least you can set up some dots into the CC on somebody. In a 5v5 1v1 duel, at least you can get somebody dotted up to make sure, like a rogue, it would keep him out of stealth to make sure that the next guy goes in and can dumpster him down like Toxic. Get it completely loaded up with dots that I think might just be able to survive it potentially. Get himself a sipping cup. Looks like he's trying to do very, very best he could. But that Sepsis is just deadly. There's not much you can really do to stop a Vendetta and Sepsis, and that man tried to do his very, very best. If only he had Fleshcraft, maybe with Fleshcraft he might be able to remove it. If he had like Cloak of Shadows, maybe could remove Sepsis, but in that situation, like, you're very, very limited by your options there. Badman are gonna be up next. Got a little baby green Murloc on him too. Badman versus Deddy. Is Deddy looking for a full reset? Didn't even use Vendetta last time actually. So versus that other rogue that was just a Sepsis. I guess maybe he'll be like, you know what? Maybe Sepsis will just be just enough. I guess Sepsis by itself is a pretty big CD anyway. And you might be able to wait out for Sepsis and Vendetta, because Sepsis is like a 1.5 minute CD. Unless it gets procced out early when it becomes like a minute CD or 45-second CD. Like if Sepsis gets put on target, I think there's a mechanic with it, and I don't play a lot of Night Fae Rogue myself. but if it falls off, or if the target expires before sepsis completely falls off, then I think you get it back. I think actually maybe that's exactly what happened here. Bad mana, trying to see if he can survive through sepsis burst. He just waited with an ult of time, trying to let ult of time a lot of this burst, but he's still in trouble. What the? I am surprised Bad Mana lived it there. He had cauterize all the time, literally everything working for him. This man played a really, really risky. I am very surprised he was able to just live it. Huh? Bad Mana eating a kidney shot, almost getting a kidney shot in the mark for death for sure. Kidney shot usually goes after. How does this man live this just now? I am just impressed and confused and surprised. Combustion is up, Bad Mana. Just trying to see if he can truck down the rogue. No more quick shot is out for the rogue. Does not have a way to break out of the blind. So it looks like Daddy's looking for a full reset. Absolutely just going for a complete go again. Super, super unfortunate. I am surprised Bad Mana lived it though. I am very, very surprised. That combustion should have been like everything there. But because they don't have a trick anymore, man. It's rough. Does Bad Mana not play Blink? Or does he play Shimmer? I think he might just be playing Shimmer. That's crazy. But it looks like Daddy's looking for a complete reset. Maybe waiting out for the Vendetta. So it could be one of those kind of games, boys. Let me get some coffee in me. Bum, 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 bum. Yeah, just gonna be full reset. Think above is gonna be 5 stem. It should be 5 stem, 500 stem, yeah. Yeah, so that should give everybody a little bit more survivability. Does that stem buff feel any different for you guys, by the way? All you boys that are dueling, do you feel any tankier with that extra stem increase? Does it feel noticeable at all? I feel it's kind of noticeable a little bit. Especially with like rogues, our healing getting nerfed a little bit. It does feel noticeable. Gonna be full sepsis Vendetta out to Bad Mana. I might not be able to survive it. I think it might be over. Got us a seat pod. Daddy with a deadly burst. Honestly, I feel like Deadly needs to change his name. Because it's Daddy. You gotta swap out one of the, it's like D-E-D-D-I. He gotta swap out one of those D's into an L. And then he's gonna be Deadly. He has to do it, man. I think he's gotta. Taxi, the only man to try to see if he can stop Deadly. Got himself the Shavara, Dalaran, the Rogue, and try to see if he might be able to take him down if possible. That's gonna be stunning around the corner. Fake tags to try to keep the pressure on him. Agony Corruption rolling in with the Shavara, adding on a little bit extra damage. Deadly could use the Shavara to give himself quite a few calm points. Looks like he's gonna go for that shadow step with a 4-foot tags to try to see if he can keep himself away from the Rogue. Just try to see if you can keep away from the sepsis, keep away from the damage. Fear on to Deadly. As it draws you reverse the kidney shot back on the Taxi. Dark Pact is going to use, but looks like Daddy not looking to engage Taxi, just trying to go for a full reset over the dots of the Shavara. I don't think he's going to be able to get a clean one unless he can just avoid Shavara just long enough to get himself a re-stealth. Shavara goes into Invis. Daddy still has dots on him. Taxi needs to keep the slows on him immediately. Shadow step by the Rogue, but I think it might be over. Cloak of Shadows, it's got nothing real left. I don't know how this Rogue recovers at this point. Even with a Cloak of Shadows, even if he doesn't take any dodge, the Shavara is eventually going to take him down as he goes in for a slap or two. That's going to be C-Pod on top with a big explosive grenade. This is going to be full dodge getting set up by Tags and Malefic Rapture to follow. Just trying to see if he can burn through the Rogue. And Antobadan or Sejiro are the last two left over for the team 2. Wow, this is good. This is going to be going for a while, boys. Just about everybody got a chance to play. If Taxi takes down Anton next and Sejiro gets a chance to play, then everybody will have a chance to play each other. Taxi versus Anton with the Death Knight magic buffs that are received recently, and the armor nerfs to Taxi. It looks like the shoe is on the other foot with Taxi. Might have to play it extra defensive than ever before. Dark Pack getting used really, really early. Mortal into Anton, trying to establish CC. That's going to be a Ledgeborn to break Anton out of the fear. Taxi better have mobility nearby at all times. This is going to be the pet. Getting amped up. Wall out for Taxi. Trying to use Soul Rod and Deathbolt to do the most of damage to Anton. That's going to be a stun. Taxi needs to go for as much stuff healing as possible. Another stun to follow. Does himself a little bit of healing. Drain Life is the only thing keeping him alive. Trying to use the Drain Life in order to keep himself afloat. Barely doing it. Anton actually has his health. Turned around and actually just melted out to the DOS way. Did Anton do Fake Taxi just do it? Did Taxi just turn around to Anton? Anton had to do everything there, reverse all the damage and not use the dome at all, the AMZ. It looks like Taxi survived it, but barely. That was such a high stress situation. My stomach hurts from watching that. Oh my god, that healing. And Anton still might die to dots. Wait, are you okay? He sacrificed the pet. He's got nothing left. Taxi some way somehow was able to turn around and recover. Silence and a Taxi as Anton's looking to get as much healing recovery as he can. And just right, Mordecai is actually going to send him behind the box, which is exactly where he was going anyway. Summoning a fresh new pet is going to have to sacrifice so that thing is slow. Taxi used the dark back really early. Trying to see if he can... Is the Anton chasing up the Taxi? It looks like he is. He's trying to see if he can re-engage. He got AMS ready to go very soon. He could use AMS here. The Spell Warden keeping him alive just a little bit longer. Taxi hit with a stun. Wait, did Anton turn it around? No way Anton turned it around. No way Anton just was able to turn that around. No! Are you kidding me? No way he turned it around. My goodness. I am in disbelief. That was clutch. That was close. A single stun. And I think he might have gotten execute with it too. Wow. I honestly thought, at first it came into, dude, that was a roller coaster. I thought, okay, Anton definitely got this. Wait, Taxi just had the biggest play, the biggest turnaround, and Anton's gonna die. Wait, Anton somehow landed a big old setup, just a little stun, and just crushed it at the end. Oh my god. You couldn't tell who's gonna win there at the end, could you? Jesus, could have been anyone's game. Let's get another going, boys. Taxi's ready. We can get Taxi versus Zatha. Hell yeah. GG leader to Teeny. Okay. I don't know if I have Teeny add. Fenny. I have Fenny added. Yes. So team Horde might need one or two more. Let's see how we do. But they might need a couple of boys join in. Do. 140, 130. I think hope I said that. If I had no CDs, I would literally just spam simple attacks, a light attacks, events such as the one shot anyway. Look like he played with him at the end. Kill could have light attacked him. I don't know actually. Taxi didn't look. I didn't think so. No, I think he tried to play it as safe as possible. I highly doubt it. At least from seeing those boys play, I feel like that's the situation where things could turn around immediately. A dot class, you have a ramp up damage. True. But once you get those dots, you can like disconnect completely. Man, I was surprised that Anton lived that at the end. If any of those dots, like as he was like dying behind the box, if any of those things crit, or if more of those dots crit, that would have been over. That would have been game right there. That's so crazy how fast the game could just get turned around, boys. I just can't. I'm still in disbelief after that one. So Twitch. I want to do a different song. That's a good one. Oh, this is a good one. I like this one a lot. Hell yeah. Bad Mana gonna be first up on the team 1. On team 2, we got ourselves Athaman. Waiting for a turn. We got Fast as a Warlock. Huge butt, man. I like your mug. Ooh. That's some BFA stuff. It looks like Echo's gonna be first up. Oh, there's also Errors trying to hang out with the boys at team 1. Gonna be Echo trying to go for a big old kick onto Bad Mana. Does himself all the time in case. Wants to put himself back into a good situation. He's going to recover a lot of that health and reposition. Poly onto Echo. Try to see if he can disrupt it. Does roll over with a quick jab to reconnect and quick serpent strike in the neck. Silencing out Bad Mana. Does still land a polymorph either way. Looks like Bad Mana is going to go for a G-Pie. Is he going to be able to get it off fast enough? Echo should be able to pour behind the pillar. Does play relentless, so this polymorph's not going to last long at all. Going to be a Ring of Frost for Bad Mana, as he's gonna have to look for some recovery at some point in the future. I am wondering, this man must be playing Shimmer, right? Or is he playing normal Blink right now? It's gonna be a Nova quickly onto Echo, does roll out of it. Quick breath onto Echo with a Polyraptor, does again go for that jab interrupt. Bad Mana could be in big trouble. That's gonna be a touch of death on the Cauterize. It is gonna go for the Ice Block, letting the Cauterize do work first. But that's a touch of death out of Echo, which is interesting. Echo, does that give him any advantages? Does that give Bad Mana any advantages at all? I actually don't know. Ultra time up for Bad Mana. As long as he doesn't drop down right here, you could use that ultra time to reposition and gain back all that health. Quick in cap. I could try to keep the control on the mage, but that's gonna be a polymorph that'll last either way. Gonna be is that a Shimmer or Blink? I can't tell. But a Ring of Frost should stop Echo in place for a bit. Try to go for a big combustion, and Echo is gonna try to defense this up as best as possible. Diffuse magic as well as Forward Brew to try to gas the flames a little bit. Bad Mana is gonna have to reposition behind the pillar. get himself a bit of a redo. Does have shooting power. The more he can use this, the better he's going to be defensively and offensively. But eyes bug down, cauterizes down, so he's going to be a little bit behind on some of those cooldowns. Yo, Gavin, how you doing, man? How you doing, my guy? Welcome back. How you doing? Welcome. Bad mana mounted up. Echo also mounted up. Both of them just waiting each other out. I think Echo is waiting for some cooldowns to be up, and then wants to get himself a big old go versus bad mana. Does he play Blink? He does, I think, play Blink, unless it was a human racial. I think he blinked out of that stun. Trying to, again, avoid getting interrupted on a polymorph. He's trying not to give Echo an opportunity. Trying to use mobility. Trying to start going for a poly, and then stops it for a second. Going to be a miss interrupt by Echo. Still going to be a polymorph attached by bad mana, but this man is a little bit behind on health right now. Another poly onto Echo. Can't really do much about it right now, unless you can let the G-Pi fly. You let the G-Pi fly. Echo didn't even go for an interrupt on that one. Quick cap into bad mana. As he tried to get himself a Ring of Frost rolling in. That's going to be shooting power. Give him bad mana. A little bit more survivability. This is going to give himself a shield. Maybe more blinks going forward. Maybe another breath. He does definitely need to do something in order to disengage away from Echo. Quick interrupt on a poly. I think it's over. Bad mana. Only he has the seed pod. If only you could maybe finish up the Ring of Frost and freeze Echo as the seed pod came out. Maybe then you could have found himself some recovery. But with Echo not giving that man an opportunity, only so much you can really do. Big Sepsis Burst versus Echo. Vanished by Toxic. That's going to be full Karma reset. And Echo got himself BDB coming down. Yeah, Karma should be able to reverse some of the damage back to Toxic. Blind onto Echo just to disengage completely. Toxic went over the most amount of damage, but going for the blind into Vendetta just does not feel good. And the Rogue does catch himself a full Vanish reset. Echo is able to at least recover a little bit of health. Got himself Vivify as well as BDB to give him a little bit more health. Sap onto Echo. And Toxic's gonna have to be very, very careful with his damage. Very, very careful with his go. It will take down the Monk. The Monk can ramp up some damage. Not having a Trinket versus the Monk is gonna be pretty deadly. Toxic is going in for full dots with a full kitten shot into Echo. Definitely needs to go for interrupts on Echo as he got himself random proxy BDB. You're just going to give him more self-healing and more recovery. He can also cleanse himself of all the poison versus Toxic. Just remove a lot of that healing reduction effect. Fist of Fury, Echo does see evasion out of the Rogue. He's going to hit him with the Disarm, trying to control the Rogue and trying to control the pace a little bit better here. And Toxic with a sprint is just going to disconnect completely. Echo with the Ring of Peace. Try to see if he might be able to get the Rogue out in the open, but Toxic just wasn't on top of it. Landing another sap, going for a full reset. Echo got himself a Flash Cast, so it should give him a little bit more survivability. That's going to be full Sepsis without the Vendetta though. Still lots of damage versus Echo. And that's going to be a Sepsis taken out very, very quickly. Full BDB down on Toxic. Lextric to follow. No trick out of the Rogue. Did try to pre-phase it ahead of time. Fist of Fury flying in. Does Echo himself the biggest damage possible. Toxic going in for a massive heal. Whirling Jacket Punch does get him back up and running. Blackout Kick, touch of death, taking out the Rogue, not giving him an opportunity to really play the game that much. And Tagsy looks like setting up some ports. Looks like Tagsy is going to be up next versus Echo. Last time Tagsy and Echo played, Tagsy just was able to load up Echo full of dots and just back away, but he was playing on that one arena. What's it called? Not in the Grand. 1,000 Needles, I want to say. No, 1,000 Needles is... Or is it? This is the one with the big old ogre. He goes, get in there and fight. Stop hiding. Whenever you're a rogue and you're stealthing around. The bridge one. Is it 1,000 Needles, chat? Chat will remind me. Chat will help me out here. You know, we actually haven't seen the new arena. Should we try queuing? Dude, we should try queuing the new arena. That's actually a fantastic idea. We should try doing that next time. Echo getting CC'd back-to-back Mortal into a Fear as he got some damage ready to go. He got one set of images. It looks like that's the only set he really had. He was really trying what looks like to get some damage with Tagsy. That Curse of Exhaustion is slowing down quite a bit. Drain of Life is going to end up draining quite a good portion of his life. The dots are ramped up quite a bit. He's trying to vivify, but he's not really able to fight through the dots. He's able to just kind of like... He's able to maybe sort of kind of like... stave them off at the very best. Circle Blood. It might have been Circle Blood actually, Pulcher. Yeah, it might have been Circle Blood. But he's trying to stave off these dots the best possible. Flash Cut helping him recover a little bit here. Fake Tags him mounted back up. Looking to maybe swing around the corner. He definitely needs to get a slow, and he also doesn't want to be next to Echo. Because that leg sweep with the BDB and everything, forcing out a Trinket out of you is going to be pretty big for Echo. Because if he gains momentum, he's going to have the advantage. I think he's kind of just trying to wait out, maybe get Tagsy to dismount. He's going to hit him with an end cap. Ekka's going to have himself a proper go. Tagsy most likely is going to have a port. Does have himself a port with a trick, and is going to use the soul shape to try to see if he can get away from Ekka. That's going to be Mortal Coil. Just try to see if he can peel him off with the fear to follow. Ekka has no way to really stop into this dot damage. The Tagsy at least give an opportunity to get a full dots loaded onto Ekka. Does go for the drain life on top of it. If he can ramp up the dots as well, he's definitely going to put a lot of pressure on Ekko. Ekko got a Zuwen versus Tagsy, but the Dark Pact is keeping him alive and healthy. Ekko is again trying to use whatever ability he's got just to stay away from Tagsy, trying to heal himself as much as possible. But is it going to be enough though? And Tagsy, I think he pops slow onto Ekko. There's going to be a port, giving Tagsy a little bit of mobility. Gonna get slowed for a second with that Necrolord buff. Necrolord puddle on the ground. Ekko's still just dotted. He's eventually going to have to reverse his dots and spell himself with a diffuse magic or karma those dots back to Tagsy at some point. And Tagsy, I don't think he's going to go for cooldowns until Ekko pops any kind of defenses. He doesn't want to roll all his dots with Dark Pact, Dark Glare, and everything into himself. Like, imagine loaded up Ekko with the biggest dots possible, and he just goes for diffuse magic, reverses him back to you. Tagsy hit with a leg sweep. Unless you got a Mortal Coil here, there's not much you can really do. Does have a port. Ekko is still dotted up. He's trying to get to go for a bit of recovery. Got images attacking Tagsy. Got himself VO5. BDB is helping to recover quite a lot. Karma getting used really early. Tagsy could maybe reverse all those dots and deal some damage. If he has a Mortal Coil in the fear, then he can maybe load up Ekko big time. He's going to use the port gateway to break away from the monk for just a moment. And Ekko looking for that flesh cap. That's where Tagsy maybe could make a big play. He needs to get a slow into Ekko as soon as possible, though. Maybe a port. He might need one at some point. Fist of Fury flying in. That's going to be drained live. He's trying to see if he can maybe get himself the biggest damage possible. Mortal Coil to follow. Shadow Fury. Wait a second, Brandon. Wait, you're telling Tagsy to try a different build? Hold on. Actually, might not be a bad idea. Ekko loaded up full of dots completely. Vivify try to see if I'm able to keep him rolling. That's going to be all the dots ramped up and amped up. Does not have any diffuse magic anymore, so you can't even remove those dots. Dark Glare is putting pressure on him. Ekko has nowhere to go. He got Warlock on one end, a Demon on the other. Could maybe be a port out of Tagsy. And Ekko's still melting through these dots. Again, Vivify barely keeping him alive, but not letting him recover at all. BDB down. Maybe he can use the BDB to heal himself. He might need to look at some self-healing at this point. Drain life, and this might be over. Oh! Tagsy just gonna drain him. Now, can we get a hashtag real quick from Brandon for the dono? Giving Tagsy some ideas as we watch Tagsy versus Athiman here. It says, try out the Necrolord Shadow build with the new Decimated Bolt and the PvP Talents, the new one that was added. That could be interesting. Tagsy, try to see if he might be able to get away from Atha. Is he going to be able to do much here? It's going to be massive damage with the Pally. That's sort of full Necrolord drain life for Tagsy. Trying to get disrupted by Atha. Looks like he was able to avoid it. Fear onto the Paladin. It does send him in the opposite direction. At least he's going to hit him with his slows. Unless Atha got a hand of freedom, there isn't really much you can really do. Deathbolt getting set up on Atha. Massive drain life for Tagsy. Shield of itself for your boy Atha. Massive explosion on Tagsy. Unless he got something here to survive here, does have himself a bit of drain for just a little bit longer. Fear onto Atha. During his wings. Bubbles out of it just to see if he can take down Tagsy. Does end up seed potting him, and I think it's going to be over for Tagsy. No way to stop a Paladin. Full Necrolord burst, full bubble. And Dharma looking to see if he can take down Atha. Atha just used the bubble, so he's pretty much exposed blind by the Paladin. Just looking to get away from Dharma, hit him with a slow. Maybe looking for a reset. Dharma, I think, was just saying, you know, maybe I'm just going to sit up blind. If Atha tries to go for heal, maybe I can go Trinket and Shadow Step Interrupt. But it's going to have a long game. He got faster to get through errors, huge butt man, as the Monk is the only one so far to play. This loud rascal of Paladin. I know, right? When a Paladin pops on you, right? Walks the, pops a bubble. It just sneaks you down. There's not much you can do. Tagsy, I don't think you played bad at all. I think you played as best as you could. But if you say you could play better, I'm not going to say you couldn't, you know. If you think you could do better, I want to see it. I want to see it. Derma with an evasion as Athiman get himself an immunity with a blessing of protection. Derma trying to see if he can avoid Atha as best as possible. Flesh cap doesn't force Derma out from around the corner. It does, so at least Athiman has his rogue next to him. Can he stun him in a hodge? Massive damage with his Derma. That's going to be Seraphim up. Athiman got no immunities though. Derma just going in. He's trying to see if he can take him down. Looks like he might be able to do it. Athiman get himself little extra health with a battle mass chicken at the last second. Derma with a blind into Atha. Unless Atha can recover here. He should have no health. Does get a slow into Derma. Looks like he might be able to go for the reset. Shadow Step by the Rogue. Does he have another Shadow Step versus Atha? It's going to be interrupt. Oh my god. Atha almost made a quick, clean escape there too. Are you kidding me? Derma at least was quick with the Shadow Steps. He wasn't going to let Athiman get away. He was trying his very, very best not to let Atha get away. He was gonna sit in stealth, shadow step and kind of just observe him. If Arthur goes for a heal, he wants to be there to interrupt it immediately. Because he knows there's a battle master chicken. As soon as it falls off, Arthur will be down to 1 health. Literally a sneeze will cause him to fall over. Stun around the corner by the Earth Elemental. It's huge butt man trying to go for a lightning lasso. It's going to be trinket out of Dermot, just trying to stay proactive here. I think it was a stun huge butt man. Got himself a Stormkeeper as the Cloak Shot is out for the rogue. The Earth Elemental, if anything, will keep Derma out in the open. Maybe Earth Elemental can go for another stun. Gonna be Shadow Step to the Kevin Slime as Derma gives himself more ability, using the pets generated from Huge Buttman in order to get himself moving. Huge needs to go back to the Ghost Wolf and catch back up to Derma. This pet is slowed down. It's trying to give the rogue in combat as best as possible. Smoke bomb, trying to create some line of sight, forcing the shaman into the smoke, and actually using that thunderstorm, Derma is able to propel himself over to the other side of the pillar, catching him a clean reset. Huge buttman, I think he was just trying to do whatever he could while Sab to keep the rogue in combat, but instead he flung him over to the other side of the pillar, giving him a perfect opportunity just to go for a reset. That's super unfortunate. Sab and a huge as Derma is just mounting up and looking for a full If only the Kevin Slime could do something in that situation. But Kevin isn't the smartest, dude. Kevin is just kind of sitting there, being a gelatinous ooze. He's just like, I'm not going to fight unless you find somebody. He doesn't understand the situation. He doesn't understand the context. If only Kevin could have turned around and spat on that rogue. Then Derma would have maybe not been able to escape as easily. 13 minutes into the duel, 50% dampener. It's going to be tougher for Huge to really make himself a huge recovery. Derma going for the sap. There's a fire alley. Unless Huge starts getting now those meatballs back to back, that elemental is eventually going to not stick around long enough. Huge could go for a knockback onto Derma. He's sitting in Ghost Wolf. Does survive the big explosion. Has a wall coming up over, so maybe he can use that wall to survive. Lightning lasso onto the rogue. Able to at least walk away from him. Letting the fire elemental do some work. And Huge is to go for a bit of healing. I think Derma just waiting for a shadow step. Derma kind of waited out for a second. At least was able to lock him out on the flesh cap. Can he go for CC? Trying to go for stuns. And looks like healing surge is still going to go through. Blind for Derma. I don't really know what he was trying to do there for a second. Maybe it was a lag or something. But definitely couldn't quite finish. I wonder what that was about. I can't play Duel NA. I know, right? This rogue is not letting play the game at all. But that's how you know how good the rogue is. That's how you know it's a good rogue. If they don't let you play the game, they know their class. That's rogues. Derma does end up taking him down with Facile going to be next. Last one is going to be Errors, and Facile getting hit with the sap. Maybe Facile has a chance here versus Derma. It is a rogue, but rogues can go down to the Demonology Warlock pets. If they get overpowered or overwhelmed, or they make the wrong move. It gives us pets. If they use evasion at the wrong time, vanish at the wrong time, it could be game, it could be over. So I think with Facile there's an opportunity here, man. Elemental 50% dam. Yeah, I agree with you on that. Gonna be eyes picked up by Facile, setting out the pets of Derma, setting out the target really early, letting those pets do work. Gonna be evasion against majority of those pets. Mortal stopping Derma in place. That's also gonna be Obby with the rest of them both set it up. Good may potentially go for a Cloak of Shadows. Get a shadow to Facile. Does some dark back. Still just loaded up with all those pets. Even if a Cloak of Shadows, he still might be in trouble. Smoke bomb with the pets on top of him. He still is in big bad situation. Vanish as he gets him with a stun. If Facile can maybe walk on top of Derma, maybe he could get him out of stealth. But looks like Derma is gonna get himself a quick recovery. Facile trying to be proactive, picking up the eyes immediately, letting the pets get back on the Derma. Because those pets can just truck down the rogue over time, especially with that healing reduction effect. Any healing Derma has is already reduced by dampening, but also by 25% more because of that Felguard. Stun. Before the rogue can even go for a sap, before the rogue can do anything, that pet immediately hits him. It's going to start capitalizing on some damage. Facile needs to find a way to get around the corner. It's going to be the Obby down. The Obby is going to let the pet do quite a bit of damage, but looks like the rogue is going to be able to catch himself a complete reset. Waited out the eyes versus Facile. That's super unfortunate. But looks like the rogue should be able to get himself a proper opener. This is going to be Facile forcing the rogue out from stealth with that flesh cap, sending the pets out. Mortal sending over to Derma, has line of sight, wants to go for a decimated bolt. There goes the stun. Could potentially have himself a big go here, sending out even more pets. Definitely needs to go for a decimated bolt as soon as possible. Derma with a Cloak of Shadows really early, going for a stun on the pet. Possibly the imps could sneak around the corner. Do the imps even get around? They're starting to get the cast off, but they don't quite finish it. Oh my god, these imps. You saw one imp. He had a little bit of fire in his fingertips, ready to go, and just didn't send it. If he just sent it there, that would have been maybe like an opportunity for Facile to return, to make a comeback. Sap on the pet, get the shadow to Facile. The pet should be able to break out of it. Gets a stun versus rogue. Could go for a trinket. Facile most likely has a Mortal Coil waiting for this. Dark Pact is up. He's gonna go for a port. Derma going behind the pillar again. This is where Fassel needs to find a way to just stun Derma in place for just a second. Does not have the pet stun for a moment. But he's to find a way to lock down Derma. Sending more pets and let the pets do work. He's gonna go picking up the eyes immediately. At least if anything, he's gonna know where the rogue is at, dropping down the obby. And unless Derma stops the pet from acting, he could be in trouble. Mortical sent in as the kidney shot comes out. Walls up fast, trying to see if he can survive the stun versus Derma as Fassel avoids that resonator trinket. Stun again onto Derma. There's gonna be a Tyrant joining in. An Obelisk, I think, is down for the time, but I think those two Felguards could do work. No evasion for the rogue. It's gonna catch himself a Shadow Meld. If only there was some kind of dots that a Demonology Warlock could put out. But basically, for Fassel, all he can really do is pick up eyes and hope the pets can re-engage with Derma. There goes the sap. This bit is just prolonging this game completely. Oh no. It's just prolonging it completely. Oh no. Oh my goodness. Sheep shout into Fassel. The pets is still in there. Double Felgar. At least one of them gets a full stun. More to call it. Fassel, you send the Demon Doggers, dude. You gotta get the Demon Doggers in. You gotta tear yourself with Demon Doggers. You gotta send them out. You gotta. I think Demon Doggers would probably do it. Oh my goodness. Fassel, anytime you get a chance. Maybe he doesn't have the Demon Doggers that are instacast. Maybe he's got the Demon Doggers that he actually has to like cast to someone. That could be the build that he's running. That could be his situation though. Crazy. Stun onto the main Wrathguard pet. Fassel with the board trying to see if he can swing around towards Derma. Derma just unloaded the damage on that pet. There goes the Demon Doggers with the obby. Dude, look at the Demon Dogger doing damage. Cloak of Shadows, look at them, those things go. They actually did quite a substantial amount of damage. There's three of them. What are you gonna do? Stun one? Stun all of them? He's trying to see if he can start attacking them. But it's gonna be imps around the corner as well. And the Wrathguard is down, so Fassel needs to go summon a new one as soon as possible. There goes a quick summon. Dude, Derma's still in this. Heisen's still in this. Just resetting over and over and over. Did Fassel pick up eyes maybe? No eyes are up. Man. This is gonna be a long one, boys. Way deep into dampening. That's gonna be a hell of a video to edit. It's gonna be a hell of a duel to edit. This is probably gonna be one of the back burner for a bit then. Sap it to Fassel. He's right in front of the eyes. 85% dampening, man. The rogue is not getting any more healing. I think eventually, unless the rogue makes like a perfect play and does the most amount of damage, I think Fassel just was going to be able to whittle him down. The rogue is barely recovering any health, and anything that the pets are doing is going to put the rogue severely behind. Now that Slice and Dice has been nerfed quite a bit, there's not much you can really do. Fassel did pick up the eyes. Does he see the rogue? Oh, looks like maybe the eyes. Yeah, I think the eyes timed out. Man. Is another set of eyes? Derma doesn't want to lose this. Kick this rogue? Yeah. I want to give him a chance to play, but damn. This is taking a while. And that's my Sats fam. Appreciate it. Sap onto Fassel. Does have himself the pet rolling in. Trying to see if he can Blade Storm into Derma, stun into the pet, stun into Fassel, into an axe toss into Derma. Fassel trying to go for a port. Derma with a not Cloak of Shadows. Gonna be Demon Doggers joining in. Is gonna get himself an invasion. Try to see if he can go for an interrupt versus Fassel. Fassel with Mortical and Fear versus Derma. He's gonna trick it out of it with a Shadow Melt vanish. Wait, did Derma use a Tyrant? He has, but the eyes are right there. Oh my god, and the sap trinkets out of me. He's like, you know what? I'm gonna pick up the eyes just to send my pets in. Shadow Step by the rogue does not go for immediate interrupt versus Flesh God. The pets are surrounding Derma. Down to Axe Toss versus Derma. Fassel takes a lot of damage. The Demon Doggers versus Derma does end up Demon Bolting him down with Kib. Last one left over on Team 1. Should probably be able to have an easy time versus Fassel. Shadow Priest, not a lot of healing available. Should be able to go for a silence, grab himself a quick execute, and should be good to go. And let's keep us playing the heal Lego. It's not healing you for a lot. It says it's going to heal you for a lot, but it doesn't. At this high dampening, it's just over. And Fassel, I think, is just done. He got Demon Doggers. Wait, Kib actually going for Disperse? Fassel is going to get loaded up with dots and is going to melt over time, but did get quite a good chunk of damage into Kib. Forcing out defenses. Kib doesn't really got much to really work with. The best he can maybe hope for is maybe getting the stun to errors. Kib is hoping errors makes an error. And lives up to his name. If you enter errors, does have a Berserker Rage for it. Reflect his up Kib. Does he maybe turn around somehow? Trying to see if he can walk away from errors, but I think errors has him in the execute. This is going to go over. Not much you can really do about it at the end. Literally not much you can do. Wow, that was a long one. That was a 21-minute long game, boys. That was a 21-minute long game. That took a while. Let's get another one going. I think maybe we could do one more before we call it a night, yeah? Get the new arena done. I think that'd be fun. Yo, Tagsy, Atho, Fanny, what do we got, boys? What do we got? You can get maybe +1 in here. If anybody got a group. Hola, Fishes, what's up? Bubber, how you doing, my man? Hope you're having a good one. Ready still? Atho's ready. Let's go again. Tagsy, Fanny. So who? I think Tagsy and Atho just played. I think we're gonna go Fanny and Atho, right? Said she put in a group together? Oh my goodness, let's go. Let's go Atho and Fanny. Atho man, Fanny Fena Tizm. And 5. We gotta try the new arena, boys. Huh? Battleground is only available for developer testing at this time. Battleground is only available for developer testing at this time. Battleground. Did they broke the BG? Chat, it doesn't look like we can queue for the new Battleground. Or arena. And when I try to queue for Wargame, it says only available for developer testing. Did they break it? Huh? Chat, what's the name of the new arena? WoW Arenas. WoW Wiki Arenas. Please tell me they updated. What's the name of this new one? Okay, they have Imperial Domain Bastion, but they don't have the new one. What is the name of this thing? Wow, new arena patch 925. Anybody know, chat? I might have maybe gotten the wrong name. Because all of them have a name. You flash capture my kidney at the end, chicken and sap respect the GG. Did it wait, you CC immune your flash your kidney with flash cut? Oh, that's kinda cool actually. I didn't realize that. Okay, the mysterious arena. What's the name? Did I get it right? Do they have a name? I can't even tell in this article. Hold on. There's up an arena. PvP arena. New arena. Okay, I think I had the right name. We'll try it again. Battleground is only available for developer testing at this time. Wow, okay. I guess we'll do a random arena then. Apparently we can't do the new arena, boys. Apparently it's only available for developer testing. So maybe it doesn't work for war mode, or maybe it's disabled at the time being. Has anybody even seen the new arena? Yo, if you guys done arenas this week, have anybody even seen the new arena? Has anybody been able to play in the new arena, boys? All you guys that are dueling right now, has anybody even seen the new arena when you've been queuing? Has that even popped up for anybody, or is it broken right now? Because I know they were like, hey, 9 to 5 is going to be releasing, but I remember during the PTR testing, they had a lot of issues with it. Yeah, the new arena is nice, good pillars. Really? Okay. So it is in the game. It does exist. Just register as usual, please. Okay. I'm gonna requeue. Requeue. Yeah, I'll requeue. Does it look really weird though? Okay, well I just want to make sure that it actually works or if it's like bugged. I haven't got to see it yet. I haven't seen it yet. I joined in solo queue, but the match ended instantly. Really? Okay, so maybe somebody left. Played it multiple times. Okay, I just want to make sure that it properly works, that it's not bugged for the week or something. Because it wouldn't let me queue for it at all. Hey Dad, what's up, Seabrook? How you doing, my man? Hope you're having a good one. Dude, we tried cross faction today for duels. Wasn't working. Maybe it'll work tomorrow. Maybe we'll see a blue post about it. Did you see the new talents, by the way? I'm gonna be taking a look at them tonight. Those are really weird. I gotta give it a try, Gavin. I gotta queue with Tay, but Tay is suspended for like a week. So I might need to find some other person to queue with. And another hero to hit 2400 real quickly with. Or at least in that bracket. Cross faction keep it disabled, lol. Let me try queuing Atho and Fanny again. Yeah, cross faction is all kinds of bugged. Okay, I can maybe queue now. Maybe now it'll work. Penny Arthur, just take the queue. Hopefully we can get it fixed. We can brute force ourselves into an arena. Oh, this is all kinds of bugged. Cross faction works for everything else though. Brandon with them 10 bones, my man. Yeah, item, my guy. Hey. Haven't seen that one in a while.
You should join in these duels one of these days and have someone else do the spectating, but with the audio added in laughing face.
That'd be fun. Honestly, that would be kind of cool. I don't think I can get it to work right now, though, Brandon. Can we get a hashtag Brandon chat, boys? Showing up, appreciate the welcome to putting off donation. My man, thank you so much, my guy. Appreciate ya. Yeah, it'll be the Enigma Arena. Yeah, I didn't know if that was actually the name of it. But that's the only name that I've seen so far. Because like you can't really look up this arena names at all yourself. So I literally have to look up to wiki so I can find the names. Just register a random arena, please. The cross faction doesn't work. Let's just register random. Yeah, I'm trying to do a random arena, Penny. I'm trying to do a random arena, my guy. Yeah, right now I'm trying to queue us for random. There we go, Ashermain. I tried to do the new one, but it didn't work. It's called the Crucible. Okay, well maybe I could type in the word Crucible. It's called Enigma Crucible. So that's something I can do. So I tried to type in the word Enigma, and it said a battleground is currently in development. Maybe they have another battleground called Enigma somewhere in the files. But if I try the word Crucible, it may know better because I can only take like one word. Like for this arena, it's called Ashermain. Ashermain something. I gotta take the word Ashermain if I want to get this. If I use any other word outside of Ashermain, it doesn't work. So like Tolvaron, I have to use the word Tolvaron. Lordaeron, I have to use Lordaeron. Dalaran, I can just use Dalaran. It doesn't work with the word sewers, but it works with the word Dalaran. So there's like a specific code word for all of them, right? There's a specific code word when I queue for this arena, so maybe next time I queue, if I type in the word Crucible, that might do it. Because it doesn't look like the word Enigma works. But if I know the name like Crucible, then I might be able to use at least one of those two words. That's what's looking up wiki because I have a full name. I can just try stuff. And it just didn't work. Did I save that one, by the way? That's a long save. Oh, lordy. Oh, lordy. Oh, goodness. 137. God damn, boys, you guys been playing. I'm playing the most threes in the arena. Looks really nice. Just like the fact that those are kind of able to be walked inside of. Really? Okay, well, that's a bit buggy then. I feel like it shouldn't happen. Switch. Maybe that's why I decided to go with like a stationary arenas, pillars and whatnot. Instead of like, you can do whatever you wanna. Gonna be Pally's over on the team too, as a fire mage already working up some damage versus huge Buttman on the team one. We got it says Holy Moly, we got it says Ave Maria, we got Antibadon and a Mary ready to go. Oh, I like the Mog. That looks great. It looked like a Death Knight Paladin. Is that also with the Dark Ranger look? It's hard to tell because like you can't really see the eyes with the goggles. On team 2, we got it says Vassal, we got it says Errors in the back, we got Echo ready to go, and Athaman. Look at, is he gonna go back to Necrolord? Is that the back to Necrolord? I think he is, but he's trying to make Nightfall work last time. And I was very excited about it. Pally's going over the big combustion. Buttman, trying to see if he can bail out of there. Gonna be the ultimate time for Pally's in case things really get rough. He's trying to see if he can turn the attention back towards the pets of the Shaman. Looks like the Chamois dips behind the pillar for a second. Wall was used, does recover a lot of health. And that's gonna be Pally's. Go for the Night Fade, trying to get some cooldowns reset. Quick breath of the Buttman. Does he have any more of a go? He does have the Poly, but does he have anything to follow up versus this Poly? It's gonna go full rune of power with a fireball, pyroblast. It looks like he's just letting the mastery build up damage over time. Buttman trying to see if he can lock him down on lasso, but the Pally's able to break free of it with a quick blink. Does play a normal blink, so it's gonna have a lot of survivability thanks to that talent. Not only is he able to break out of stuns, but also he's playing the right conduits, able to give himself a little bit of a shield, a little bit of survivability for it. Even though Blizzard nerfed the conduit that functions with it, it still is very, very effective. Another fireball getting used is Pally's playing like a combustion CD reduction fireball build. He might be sending out one of instances got versus Huge, and it's gonna hit him with a quick intercept on that Hex. Huge trying to go for more lava bursts. He's hoping for them procs. If he can get himself a big proc over lava burst with an Ascendance build, he might be able to make it go. Actually, I don't think he's playing Ascendance build anymore. Look at his talents, and did switch out back towards Stormkeeper. So he's playing a more measured, less RNG build. Quick breath onto the Shamey with a rune of power for Pally's, looking to get himself a good setup, potentially combustion back up. Lightning Lasso does have a blink around it, combustion up and running, could potentially big damage. Huge has no wall for it for the time being, but he's just going to try to see if he can stay himself moving. It's going to be Pally's with it all the time. Combustion is going to be removed. Huge Butterman does dip kind of low. He needs to go for as much safety as possible. If Pally's can swing around the corner and land the intercept, that's exactly what he's going to do. Try to see if he can know Huge Butterman in the open with the Ring of Frost right after. Stops him in place, forces him to shake it out of the Shaman. Try to see if he can cleanse him of all the buffs. Breath to follow, and just going to continue putting in the pressure as best as possible. Instant cast, Fire Blast flying in. It's going to be Healing Surge to follow. Does not have an interrupt just yet. Flash cut off for Huge Buttman. There's no way for him to really stop it. I think he tried to go for the Pandaration for a second, but the Flash got stopped it. And Pally's is going to have to take it a little bit slowly versus Huge. Quick interrupt on the fire. Does Huge Buttman? He does get the elemental backup, so you could potentially get the Fire Alley rolling in into this burst. Pally's eating Earthshock after Earthshock. Huge with that Lightning Lasso. Blink is going to be able to break him out. Massive amount of lava bursts flying in, but those shields are able to absorb a lot of the damage, and Pally's got himself there all the time, so you can use it for survivability and mobility. Quick volley back to Huge as he separates away from with a breath. He goes for a bit of a reset. Oh yeah? Okay, Seaberg, that sounds exciting, my guy. Dude, Seaberg just hit me up with a good news for tomorrow, boys. We might see, I'm not gonna spoil it. I'm just gonna stop right there. Oh no, I want to talk about it with you guys, but I know I shouldn't. Oh, now it's, I think I said too much at this point. Huge got himself a big Stormkeeper. Does he have himself a setup though? Trying to slow down Pally's as best as possible. No more trinket on the mage. Continuing to get polymers back to back versus Huge, but it looks like for the most part, he's just trying to play it very, very slow. Got himself yet another poly onto Huge, potentially could go for big damage. Does not have combustion just yet. Is able to slow Huge Button for a bit. Fire Blasts are chunking him out quite a bit, but Huge does have himself plenty of recovery. Blaze only playing 50% dampening. Yeah, one of these two boys is gonna have to just really unload damage on one another if you guys want to avoid that dampener. I don't think Pally's is gonna be the guy to just go play it super risky. I think he's gonna play it as slow as needed. Just try to see if he can just go for a more measured build, try to survive as best as possible. I think it's gonna be the play for him for now. Could be wrong though. Like the last one to Pally's, has a blink for it, got himself images. This is gonna be a big old hippo form. While it's soul shape, breath on the Huge, potentially could be Pally's, maybe setting up for some damage of zone. Polymorph trying to get set up with Huge yet again, got himself Rune of Power, Ring of Frost. If only this man had like maybe greater Pyroblast, I think maybe he could get himself more of a setup versus Huge. Try to see if he can remove any buffs from him. He's going to keep him in a Nova, not walking out to get him interrupted just yet. I think he's going to wait out for the Fire Earth Elemental. Maybe that's what he's going to go for. Wait out for the Earth Elite, then go for big combustion, because that early is always going to give Huge man an opportunity to go for a massive defensive, bolster his own health. Pally is playing it. Actually, no mind. Is going to go for a full combustion. Huge just kind of stops in place for a second. Like the last one, Pally is going to go for an Ice Bucket immediately. Trying to see if he can continue his own, hammering the damage into Huge. Has himself all the time in case he needs to swing around it. Flash Captain is going to stop him for a second. Blast that combustion there for a little bit longer. Try to use whatever damage he can just to continue the onslaught. This is able to break through the Flash Count of Huge. This is going to hit him with the Pandaration for a second. Ring of Frost is up in place. He's going to get knocked back for a second. Pally is continuing to go for as much instant cast as possible. Huge is looking for that recovery. Still has walls. Still has Fire Ellie. He has a lot of cooldowns actually to work with. Pally's, I'm not really sure what he trinketed just now, but he did burn a trinket. And we are diving into the dampening a little by little. Boys, breath by the mage onto Huge. As he's looking to get some frost shocks versus Pally's. Lightning Lasso has a blink for it. There's no way to really stop him. I wonder if for Huge, that big Ascendance build with a lava burst would have been better than the current build he's got going on. Pally's just prolonging this, dude. We're hitting that 7-minute mark here very soon. 11% dampening. This man has been able to live this whole time, just really trying to keep this duel as measured as possible. Trying to go for a quick invis, but a flame shock is going to keep him out in the open. Or maybe even the dot from the Fire Elemental. Another poly. That's going to be tricky for Huge. Might have tricked it maybe a little early here. Pally's is just going to continue to try to see if he can disengage from the guy. The Fire Elemental finally getting some value damage. As long as Pally's is slowed down in the open, the Fire Elemental should be able to maybe get some kind of dots, some kind of pressure, some kind of consistent damage. Trying to go for an interrupt versus Pally's, wasn't quite able to. Ring of Frost out of the Polymorph. As Pally's got himself combustion ready to go. Does he go for a big combustion right here? Is it going to be freezing huge? Potentially could be something here. Is he going to try to interrupt that or try to destroy that stun totem? And Pally's is slowed down quite a bit from the Necrolord puddle. Haymaker onto the mage. Does he get a trick out of him? Or does he get anything out of him? Looks like he doesn't. Shouldn't power during that combustion. Huge sets up a primordial. But between these two, I think it's just going to be a waiting game for now. Breath onto huge as he gets hit with a Nova. Yo, 8 minutes? Yo, that's a long one. Wow. Yeah, I thought you're trying to be like, yo, please don't go into 50% dampening. I think it's going to be at least 80% dampening. Because Balance just doesn't want to go anywhere, man. He wants to win this duel as best as he can. And Huge wants at least, so disgusted, he wants to at least be able to hold his own just a little bit longer here. Got him to a flesh count. But unless you can go for like a big old setup versus Pally's, and a big old damage go, there's not really much you can do about it. Lassa will just not keep the guy in place at all. Does land the poly. I think all you can really do is go for Stormkeeper, Primordial, and just let all the instant cast fly all at once. Strip Pally's of all the shields, and then blast into his hell bar. That's about all you can really do. But between the brass, between the alter times, between the polys and the freezes, there's only so much you can really do as Ellie Shaman. Try to see if you can slow down Pally's. The breath is going to stop him in place for a second with a poly to follow. Ruin power right after. This could potentially be the combustion go for Pally's. Try to get an interrupt onto the mage. It's going to be a freeze onto huge as well as the slow, but he does try to mitigate it with a Ghost Wolf as best as possible. Try WoW PvP format. People running circles all day. WoW PvP format would be nice to see. Ava Murray just stunning huge and just killing him. Why did they kill huge? I think Ava Maria was just like, they're done. They got bored of it. Pal is also confused as well. Wait, so they nuked down Subdude? Oh no. Well, Subdude wasn't really given a chance at all. Looks like Athaman left. I'm not really sure. Well, I think this duel fell apart pretty quickly, boys. I think these guys lost all the patience. Athaman didn't want to play it. Looks like Error's gonna try to give it a go. Can Errors come back, man? Can Errors bring it back for his team? We're getting into that 10-minute, 30% dampening. It's a weird duel, man. That's a weird one. I don't even know what to say, honestly. Pally's got himself the ultimate time, and Error's gonna see if he can maybe try to see if he can chop down Pally's. It's gonna shrink it out of the Panda racial of Pally's. This is going to keep trying to waddle away from him. Going to be a breath with the poly to fall and no way for Errors to really break out of that. So you see the chain Ring of Frost is going to stop in place unless he goes for a big leap, and he does. Reflect is up, but it cannot really reflect a Nova. We're tired of watching this. I'm pretty sure Team 1 was also pretty tired of that too. I guess you can't blame me, the team, but I don't think ganking somebody like that is the proper way of going about it, man. Shaman didn't do anything for about 10 minutes. I feel like I could say the same thing about the mage though, right? I feel like Shaman was trying to do the best he could. At least that's what it looked like. But I don't know if he can really do much about it. I don't know. And dampen is happening? Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, let's just cool it in chat, boys. Let's just cool it. That's how I feel too, Sup. That's how I feel too. But yeah, I'm sorry it happened, my guy. That's all I can really say. Pallies and Errors just give up. Maybe. He's trying to make a play. It looks like he's still playing. I can't tell if he gave up or just give up or he's still playing. Errors might as well use every defense he's got against the combustion from the mage. But he does end up taking it down. Look at the screen, boys. The mage is lying to him. I guess he is, yeah. Alright. This one was a weird one. As to achieve that mage. Turtle language. Are you good, my guy? You're fine. You're good, you're good. Yeah, this was a weird duel, boys. I think we could all agree. This is a pretty weird duel. I don't really know. Maybe Fasta could take down Pallies. I don't feel like Ava Maria should have stopped the 2v1. Even if you're like, you know what? Getting bored. I think you just let it play out. I think you just play it out. It's one of those weird situations where it's like you don't really know what you want to do. You want to play. You just want to stop this madness as best as you can. But it's like, I think it's best just to let the 1v1 play out, even if it's a real long one. And just remember, like, alright, this mage, he likes taking sweet time. Maybe I want to switch out my team next time. Maybe I want to, okay, this guy likes to sit around the corner the whole time. Maybe I just want to take a big mistake. Maybe open up my group to somebody else or something. I don't know. Is Palace anybody we know, by the way? I don't think I've seen the name Palace before. I mean, this guy's playing his best as defensively as he can, but it's crazy just how much CC and how much defensiveness a fire mage has, man. I mean, between the breasts, between the novas, between the polys, and survivability. I mean, even if the keep their survivability mages, they're still really tanky. Gonna be Palace trying to see if he can avoid this best possible. Got himself all the time in case his health really dips low. Trying to go for Ring of Frost onto the pets, separating Fassel away from the pets. Got himself full combustion ready to go. Fassel doesn't really have much of a defense. It looks like it's full combustion ready for Palace. Does cancel out the ult in time. It looks like it's just gonna continue pounding the power blast back to back into Fassel. It ends up taking them down. With Echo trying to see if he can bring it back for his team. Quick breath of Palace. This is going for a full-on reset. Got himself shooting power, maybe getting some cooldowns back, still holding on to an ice block. I don't think he's been out to block before. He might just have to here. Blink away from the leg sweep of Echo, hits him with a breath and just try to see if he can bail out of there for a moment. Quick Nova right after. And Echo got himself plenty of images. And maybe playing a damage could pop in his head. AMZ dropping down for a hit of Addon. I don't think AMZ would really help Palace. So I think it might have been a misclick. Gonna be a Panda Rachel versus Echo as Palace does get disrupted. Hits him with a quick breath. Ring of Frost follow. Should be able to freeze, maybe, possibly. Ring of Peace booping him out of the way. Karma and Palace could potentially go for an ice block here unless he get himself more defense to work with. Got himself a lot of shields, definitely. 55% damage. There goes the ice block. Does he break out of early just to take down Echo? Because Echo doesn't really have much in terms of defenses. No more Karma, no more nothing. It looks like Palace is going to poke out of the ice block to try to fireball Addons away and at least able to build himself back up a full-blown combustion. It's a double-edged one to see plays out for 10 minutes 21s. Yeah, I feel it. I feel like in those kind of situations, even if you're like, you know what, I'm just getting frustrated, just getting tired, I say patience is the best virtue to have. Let the duel play out into 1v1. I prefer these duels not to devolve into just like you guys taking matters into your own hands. I feel like the only time that should happen is maybe if somebody brings like a tank and they live forever and then everybody jumps a tank. I don't have any blame about it. Looks like Palace actually almost getting Echo down, might be able to do it. Ring of Peace to follow his Echo trying to wait. Anthem Addon, what? No, okay. Dude, that duel was so scuffed. That duel was so scuffed. Anton, Fanny, yo, let's not make this a regular thing, boys, okay? I love you, boys. I love you, and I love seeing both of you in here, man. Let's not make this a regular thing, dude. I think we're Dunsky, dude. I think it's just I don't wanna continue with this frustration. I think we gotta take us a little bit of a break. I love doing these duels. I would have done more too. But I think we'll call it here. We'll watch NA boys play next week. Yo, I love you, boys. Let's not make it a regular thing though. Let a 1v1 play out how it's supposed to. 5v5 healers versus tanks, yeah. Ready, bro? Nah, Fanny, we'll call it here, man. Thanks so much for making the group. I appreciate you. Next week, though, Athro, Tagsy, Fanny, Scotty, you guys are most welcome, man. And hopefully by next week, cross-faction PvP will work properly so we can have a bit of variety in our groups, man, yeah? But thank you both so much for coming by. I appreciate you. You guys are wonderful, beautiful. I'm going to get some food, man. I didn't really get much to eat or sleep from last night at all. Also, is it me or is the webcam looks like it's a little bit more scuffed than usual? It's supposed to be smooth, but it doesn't really feel smooth. Is that like a setting that I messed up with? I don't know. I actually have no idea. I have no clue. But boys, thanks so much for going by. You guys are wonderful, beautiful. We got some big Dragonflight updates on the horizon very soon. So I'm going to be diving into that later tonight. You guys are wonderful, beautiful. Thank you so much for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed. Super fun hanging out with all of you boys. And I'll see all of you guys in another stream. Alrighty. Peace.
Bass guitar, simmer down and mess me up, tripping like I'm Jimmy.